right, so guys, welcome to a new episode of the Locker Room Chat. Yeah, where you guys learn everything you need to learn to become better human beings. So I don't have a name for the podcast yet, but we have Dante. Dante is a guy who I would say that if you hear him talk, like he comes from like a reasonable perspective. He's not just talking for the sake of talking, right? So Dante, welcome on the new episode of everything, man.
Nice to be here, Livingston.
So introduce yourself.
So yeah, like you mentioned, my name is Dante, and basically to encompass like what I do, I'll condense everything. I'm more of a media consultant, but beyond that, I'm an author. I'm into business as well, and whole lot of other things. But just for the sake of this thing we're doing here, I'm into media.
Okay. All right. So quick one. So that we're going to it. Dante, what do you think is wrong with guys today?
Well,
The male gender.
I think for the most part, what I think is wrong for the most part is that people don't try to get out of their comfort zones.
So people don't try to get out of their comfort zones.
Yes,
Is the problem.
yeah, it's part of the problem because
Okay.
yeah, sometimes when you're in a certain state that feels like, oh, I'm comfortable here, you can't grow.
There's no need to grow.
There's no need. You're not being pushed.
All right.
But as opposed to, back then, our parents need to have to face a lot of things. Like, some of our parents that grew up like in the military era, and those that even had to survive the war, and those that had to go to other countries to fend for themselves, or had to fend for themselves, one way or the other. They face life head on. They're not in any comfort zone whatsoever. So they have to face like life, the worst part of it for the most part. When they did that, then they were able to grow.
Okay.
So when you hear most of their stories, the story of, oh, look, this did happen to me, like some tragic thing happened to me.
Yeah.
And then
They always
I
have like
learned
some
from
bad
it.
stories.
Yeah, it's always like some really crazy story.
Yeah.
And then they learn from it, and then they work and put in the work, and then they get to where they are.
So you feel like the biggest problem with guys today is comfort.
Yeah, I feel it's comfort.
Comfort.
Yes.
Okay. Comfort. So do you think we can solve that? Because I can't say let's push guys out of their comfort zone. That's not possible.
So is something you have to take up on yourself as a human being, because now part of the thing that causes this, like it or not, we live in an era where we get entertainment for cheap.
At a ridiculous rate.
Cheap, fast, easy. So we don't feel the need to go out and do something, achieve something.
Okay.
Back then, when we were bored, if you're bored, you have to go and do something. You have to go work somewhere, read something, or just get busy. But now, if you're bored, you're just in your phones, scrolling all the day.
If the guys are bored, right? If they are bored, they are comfortable. And I believe that's majority of the men, right? To an extent.
Young guys, mostly.
Young guys. Do you think there's anything like toxic masculinity?
Anything can be toxic.
Anything can be toxic.
Yes.
But do you believe in the concept of toxic masculinity?
What I believe is human beings can be toxic. Okay. Be you
Oga,
no. Be you,
don't
be
do
you,
that.
no. Be you male or female. Human beings can be toxic, because for like in recent times, right? I've tried to look at things about life in general. I realize human beings are really shitty people. We human beings as a species, we are really
But we have
shitty people.
evolved.
Regardless of how we've evolved, with our innate desires of greed, keeps making us be shitty species. Right. I'll still there to that, but the whole thing about toxic masculinity, yes, it does exist.
It does exist. So how?
Yes.
Because I believe it doesn't exist.
It
And I tell
does-
guys to be toxic.
So it does exist. Okay.
Alright.
Because saying it doesn't exist, you're simply trying to say, oh, every single guy is a saint or doesn't do wrong.
No, I don't think you should just call out a subsect and say these are all guys. It's like that concept. Okay, can even be defined.
Okay. Do you think a guy that beats up his girlfriend or wife for not making his dinner,
That's a
do you
shitty
think-
human being. That's a masculine thing.
but is the person toxic?
Sorry?
But-
That's a masculine thing.
But the person is saying, oh, I'm the head of the house. Where's my food? Not that. He's based on his maleness. So would you call that toxic or not?
I'll call him a shitty guy.
He's a guy. using the points or like using the fact that he's a guy or the head of the house or the
So
man of
he
the
needs a
house.
certain treatment.
Yeah, he's demanding for something, and if it's not given to him, he beats the lady. Do you think that's toxic of him?
That's talks on him, not on masculinity.
But he's a male, he's a guy, and he's
So I
doing
mean,
it.
okay,
It's still based on him being a guy.
okay. So if you're to use that context, what is toxic femininity?
Now the first I told you that anybody can be toxic. That's the first I told you. Which
Yeah,
is
you have
what
been diplomatic here.
I'm not trying.
You have been diplomatic.
I'm telling you, anybody can be
Okay,
toxic.
all right.
Okay,
We're
so now
going somewhere.
you're not now switch the whole thing to the feminine
No,
side.
no, I know where I'm going to. I'll
Okay,
catch you. It's
so yes,
slippery.
the thing is, women have their own way of being toxic
Okay,
as well. Okay,
all right.
just as men have their ways of being toxic.
Okay.
But for women, it could be sometimes usually like
Maternity fraud.
okay, yeah, person for that's toxic. That's toxic femininity. Okay,
Okay.
um,
Manipulation.
or some other things like trying to hammer down somebody's insecurity when they're in a relationship with this person,
Hammer on insecurities.
on the person's insecurity. Okay, told on people being emotionally you know toxic and manipulative. Women can really do that. Okay, now back to the male side. There's male toxic,
Toxic masculinity.
yeah, toxic masculinity. Yeah, it does exist. Now, what you should be asking is the percentage of that thing that we're talking about. How is it as how do I put it? Is it as prevalent as people make it seem?
Okay.
You understand? Is it as common as people make it seem? Because it seems like a topic of conversation these days. Is that what it really is, or are people trying to blow it out of proportion?
So what do you think it is?
I think it exists, but it's not as much as people think it exists.
What I think is something similar. They blow it out of proportion, all in the name of trying to make guys feel guilty. Because I think
There's that.
there's a push to want to make guys feel guilty for just being guys.
Okay, so I'm going to look because a lot of things I look at in life these days, I look at it from a game theory point of view.
Game theory. Okay,
Yeah.
getting deeper.
So in life, everybody tries to work with the leverage that they have.
All right.
Women know they don't have physical leverage, but they have the leverage of seeing things or that their verbal
I
strength,
think emotions.
emotions, trying to play with your emotions. They have that leverage. You understand? So they try to use it to their own advantage. That's where you have things like somebody committed paternity fraud. The person was caught, and then you hear things like, "Oh, just accept the child now. He loves you." They're trying to, manipulate you
Yeah.
because that is their strength.
Okay.
You understand? And back then, like when you read some literature and then you see some things, and there's somebody say like, okay, if man wants to kill, or if a man wants to commit murder, usually goes like, oh, he gets a gun, gets a knife, all those kind of things. But if a lady wants to do that, she's a poison.
She does things covertly.
Yes, covertly, because one, to hide her tracks. Two, if it gets physical, they can't actually go through the physical process of inflicting the hurt on the person.
So if a woman wants to harm you, right, physically,
Yeah.
she has to like seduce you. She has to either use sex, use food. So as a man, control your mouth, control your sexual urges. If you can control these two things, I don't think any woman can control you or can manipulate you that much.
Yeah, I mean,
If you control your mouth and your sexual urge.
yeah, I mean, that's how they actually get you. I mean, look at our brother Samson in the Bible.
Mouth it. Okay.
Our brother
Alright.
Samson in the Bible, that's how they got to him. Yeah. And then, the story sounds really funny. Like, whenever I hear that story, I'll be like, okay, she went the first time. Go ahead.
No, Samson was an idiot. I'm sorry. Samson is the modern definition of our gym bros today. Dumb fucks. They have muscles, they have strength, but they don't have sense.
Now, do you know what I keep asking myself?
Yeah. What was he
How
thinking?
bad was Delilah?
Like, how good was she?
You understand how good?
How good was Delilah?
No,
How was
like,
that game?
I was like, yo, like, she came the first time, we're like, someone said, I see one, like, bro, like, was she? Yeah, they need to give us like proper depiction of this girl. Like, this girl was this good. She looked this good as a then, and then you like, you felt like three times.
Delilah must have been I don't know what she had.
Even before then,
How she was
do you know he
blocking?
killed people because of this lady?
Yes, now.
He murdered people.
Yes.
Was it the same lady like I think he was going for the wedding or something and then the I think the cheated him out or
I
something.
did
Then
attend Bible
he
scholarship.
set their farmland on fire
I'm
or
not sure.
something.
I'm not sure.
So I
I'm not
don't know what
sure.
I said the line about. I don't know, but basically, he killed people because of the lady he wanted to marry.
All
That
right.
was Samson.
Yeah, something keep people for the lie. I know that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
probably so like how was like, bro?
So
How
I
much of a
so
bad
no no
bitch was
no
this
so no
lady?
so but what I think about the Bible is the fact that although I feel like the Nigerian pastors have fucked up the Bible. What I believe about the Bible is it's supposed to teach us lessons,
Yeah,
right?
sure,
So what that means is it can take anybody's story and take a lesson from the story.
sure.
What that means is one, Samson was physically the strongest man in the Bible.
Yeah,
This is our equivalent to our biggest gym bros. With all those muscles.
sounds like the full gym, bro.
It's at the first stupid gym bro.
Yo, like all steroids, all brawn and no brains,
I
bro.
don't praise. So I'll say yes. That's a perfect example of today, man. When he's bench pressing the full gym.
Bro, like
He could break the lion's jaw. But a woman just touched him small place. He lost all his senses. Everything. The first attempt, he didn't realize that she was a snitch. It's either he was in other women and did not figure out where the leakage was,
I mean, like
or she was just good to suck out everything.
she must have been really good. That's what I'm just. She must have been really good.
So
Like, bro, once one you need
you
as
saw
a guy,
you somebody that good.
you need baby go spoil your life. Just spoil
So
your life.
speaking of babes that will spoil your life, right? I have this idea, right,
Yeah.
that there are three kinds of women:
Okay.
the hoe, the mistress,
Okay.
and the wife.
Okay.
I think every man needs the three of them in his life,
Okay.
but not every man can get the wife material because wife
Okay.
materials they are the short supply, right? Well, if you can have a wife, keep her at home, have a mistress on the side. They
Okay.
have a hoe that is that good that you don't bring into your home.
According to this guy, there's this guy on TikTok. I think Wisdom was it Rodney or something. He calls them Ote buddies.
But oh boy, if you try any Orte body, I think those guys have some orientation somewhere
Yeah.
where they have a classroom somewhere where they go and learn all these things. I mean, like, no, but they can't be as good as Delilah. For Delilah to ask you, what is the source of your strength?
And he told her 3 times.
God. Like I said, you see, that reminds me, right? I noticed that no matter how much coaching guys receive,
Yeah.
they still always do the dumbest shit.
Human beings are dumb. You find more dumb people than smart people in the site. Every site you take.
Yeah, every society you take. So I feel like every society has the smart people on top, right? And every society that has the smartest people at the front on top always excel. Countries or societies that do the opposite, where the smartest people are at the back,
Yeah.
they never move anywhere.
True.
So whenever I say that, okay, you know what? As a guy, your biggest aim in life should be to climb a dominance hierarchy. What that means is that climb a hierarchy, get good at something, excel at something, and be at the top.
Yeah.
Right? In that way, we're creating a system that rewards the best.
Okay. This actually is something I've been trying to get people to understand. You know, when people talk about building confidence,
Confidence, good, okay.
I hear people talk a lot about, oh, look, you must speak this way, you must stand this way, you must walk this way, you must do all that. I'm like, all those are just bullshit. Those things are just like you just trying to make up for what you don't have. That will never give you confidence. How you talk will never exude confidence. If you are not confident, you can't fake confidence. You understand? Look at the best that can give you confidence. Be good at something.
Competence.
Competence.
Yeah.
That's what gives you confidence.
There is I get your points. I agree with you to an extent, right? To most of the extent. But there's something like delusional confidence. Delusional confidence, I think, is what you need in order to get some things that's impossible done. The whole idea is, as you believe, so shall it be done unto you, right?
Sure.
So it's like, you know what? Take something that your what's that word? Something that you want to get good at, right?
Okay.
And start working on it. Start working towards
Towards
it.
being
It
good.
will give you some form of, it's like you having some form of delusional confidence. It's like look at David and Goliath.
Okay.
Nobody would have believed that that small move, right? But it's delusional. At the same time, you're trying to actualize it.
You know why it can be delusional?
Well,
Because you've done it before. You've done it to an extent
he has
before.
stoned, he has stoned the
You
devil's
understand?
head.
You see, one of the most confident persons on this planet is Michael Jordan. Why?
What did he have before?
Because
No,
the
before he
guy
had,
is
no,
so fucking good.
before he achieved that level of success. What do you think he had?
He was good at what he was doing. He was training constantly because he knew what he was doing in training. So when
No, so
it
no,
came to game time,
you're referring to competence, which is the ultimate confidence.
okay,
That is 100%. But a typical example now is look at, do you see Kanye's documentary?
yeah, I saw it.
The point is, before he could even smell success,
Yeah,
look at how much you're talking about it, back to back.
you know the point about that documentary.
Yeah.
That's not the beginning of his career.
Sorry.
That's not the beginning of his career.
And this was him. Hold on. This was him, right?
Okay.
Before he could smell anything close to success. So
No.
where I'm going to is like is like a phrase the Christians say. This is why I feel like Christianity is like a little bit warped. As you believe, so shall it be done unto you.
Yeah.
That initial belief is delusional confidence. That initial belief is delusional confidence. I think everybody needs a healthy dose of,
Delulu, yes, I get that. But
but delusion cannot
still-
be everywhere.
yeah. So my point, you still buttressing my point, which is that when it comes to the issue of Kanye was already producing for some of the big artists at that time. Kanye was
I'm trying to
producing for
before then.
Jay-Z,
No, before that, no, before
even
before.
like before that documentary. he
Before,
was
yeah,
producing,
before.
So he already had the confidence in what he could do.
So that's the point.
So the
But
thing
he didn't have the
no,
results yet.
No. It's not about the results were that he was a major producer.
No, I'm
chill,
not referring to that. I'm not
chill.
when he was sleeping
No, chill.
on benches. Oh.
No, chill. But the thing was this, bah. He wasn't known as a rapper. He was trying
Okay.
to break in as a rapper at that point of that documentary.
Okay.
But before that, he was a major producer.
Okay.
He was known
All right.
in Chicago as a big time producer.
Okay.
He was producing for Jay-Z and like a lot of major artists at that point.
Okay.
So he wasn't unknown. I mean, you can't just be unknown and then walk into that. I think it was Def Jam.
No, I'm not referring to Def Jam. I'm not referring to that. Before, while he had the dream. So the whole idea is like, look at somebody like the whole point is this, right? I'm thinking of somebody who has like a perfect delusional confidence. Now, I'm not saying that it can save you. It's like a guy who approaches a high maintenance babe.
And the only reason why, and I keep saying this thing, whenever I see somebody doing something with so much confidence, that means the person has done it to a certain level before then. It doesn't come from a vacuum. You must have done something. Maybe you're doing it at a certain level. This is the first time you did it at a higher level.
Okay.
But you've definitely done it before. And
Okay, so
good at it.
I think we're kind of like saying something similar. So it's like this. Someone says, I have trained. You know what? Let me take it to the next level. Maybe
Exactly.
maybe you trained for football for about 4 or
Push
5
yourself.
years. You know what? Let me go to the next level. But the point is, you need that level of delusional confidence. I go to back it up at some points. Yes, you back it up with work ethic, right? You probably use like your work ethic to back it up, but there has to be that point of delusion at some point.
We're still saying the same thing.
I think so.
Delusion comes from you knowing that you've done this before.
Okay, I think
It's
I
like
think
when you
we're
go
on the same
to
track.
like how much do you lift?
Bench press 110
110.
before I start cutting. Yeah, 110.
110, right?
Yeah.
That's your max now.
Yeah.
Okay. But before that, you were doing something before
At some point
that.
now 60. Yeah, at some point
Exactly.
60, 40.
But when you keep doing like, oh man, I've done 60, bro. Let me move it to 70. Let me move it. You've not done it before, but because you've done it, you've not done the new one.
You've done
because
the
you've
no.
done it for that one before.
I'm not even referring to that level though. I get that one like is like gradual gradual progress.
Okay.
I'm referring to the one where, for example, now someone goes from 40 to 100. But obviously, lifting weights in physical strength.
Yeah, it's different
That
from
one is
that.
different. I'm
Yeah.
referring to a situation where okay, no, this is a perfect example. A guy he put a post on LinkedIn
Yeah.
that one day he lied on his CV.
Okay.
And he was qualified for a job, right? And they gave him the job. Now, 2 years later, they never still discovered that this guy was never qualified, but he has been promoted twice on the job.
Yeah.
Now, all he needed was delusional confidence at that point. Because in the interview, they never really questioned his qualifications.
Okay. You know what? Why do you think that guy applied for that job?
Sorry?
Why do you think he applied for the job?
Well, I was hungry now. I had to fake it till make it.
He was hungry, but if you investigate further, the guy was already doing something in that industry.
Okay.
It's not as if he was here, like in this industry that does something completely different from what this one is doing.
Okay.
Saw the opening and then say, well, let me go and try this.
Okay.
He was already doing something in that industry.
Okay.
And he knew that, okay, even if I get here, I can fake
Yeah.
this thing because I already have an idea of what's going on. It's not from a vacuum. It's something you must have done something before then.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So that's the thing. That's why somebody like or lie or say another.
So-
you can only lie what you can. Your lies are something you feel you can defend.
Yeah.
There's some things I don't really know much about, but by the time I had conversation with somebody about it, they'll think I actually know a lot about it because I've been around people or been around where such conversations might have happened.
All right.
Or see how it works.
Okay. Speaking of confidence, right? Do you think that what do you think about simping? And let's talk about Nigerian men and simping.
Okay.
What do you think about it?
I think the whole simping thing is being blown out of proportion.
Blow out of proportion.
Yeah. And is making people is pivoting people into being toxic.
Okay.
Yeah. So the thing is, a lot of people are trying to overcorrect. So
in
they'll
what
be
way?
called sims. And because of that, they start becoming toxic.
In what way? I'm
Okay, now. Give me an example of what you call a simp now.
a simp. A guy transfers 700K to a babe just to have a video call.
I won't call it a simp, I'll just call it a stupid person.
No, that's a simp, right? So
I mean, that's a really,
he's,
I mean, I would.
he's doing a lot. He's doing a lot for female validation.
Say simp, I say a really stupid person. Okay. But where I feel like people try to blow the whole thing out of proportion is when they look at somebody treating their wife or girlfriend in a nice way. Like,
No, so I think that's a gentleman. A gentleman is not the same thing as a simp.
But
Okay, this
a
is-
lot of people say try to classify it as that.
those are people who are ignorant. A simp does a lot for a woman's validation.
Okay.
But the gentleman is doing things for his woman because she has gained his own validation. That means it's like, oh, I like the way she treats me, right?
Okay.
I like the way she treats me. So let me now treat her right. And now he's taking her out, he's doing all these things for her. But people will not understand because some people that are not in the game will not understand. They will think he's doing way too much.
Yeah.
But for the case of a simp is a simp. We should not mix the two of them together.
Because part of the reason why I say that people blow this whole thing out of proportion is that we have the case of this one example that people use a lot, which is the issue of Igbo men that treat their wives really good, their wives and their kids really good, and then they might not really
Yeah.
like, oh, this guy is simping. Like, bro, maybe this is how he wants to dress. I mean, his wife wants to dress like in trending attire and all that.
So I think if people know the difference between simping and being a gentleman, then it makes sense to them.
So, but the thing is that everybody's trying to
Lump them together.
lump everything together, and that's what I'm saying. People are blowing the whole thing out of proportion because this guy is trying to treat his wife well. He loves his wife. He loves his kids. He's trying to make sure that they are well taken care of. But some people on the other hand look at, oh look, you're a simp. Why is your wife dressing in Gucci and Balenciaga and all those things, and you're dressing like some stuff made by some guy along the street? I mean, maybe he's not a fashion freak. The wife loves fashion to
So I think
wear
so.
trendy
I think
stuff, but this
I
guy
think
doesn't.
I think in that there's a context. Like I said, I know what a simp is. I know what a simp is.
Okay.
And I know what a gentleman thing is, right?
Okay.
The guy who says, I want to dress simple. Let my wife wear what she wants to wear. Let her dress the kids up. I'm fine, right? In short, I want everyone to see my family good. So he's a simple guy. That could be a gentleman, right?
Okay.
A simp, in my opinion, in that context is, I give my wife everything she wants. Now, the difference is, the day I stop giving her that everything she wants is the day I begin to believe my relationship is shaking. Do you think that's a simp or do you think that's a gentleman?
So the guy, let me get you right.
So the guy in his mind says that the day I stop giving her everything she wants, that day my relationship begins to shake.
Now, you now have to ask what is the nature of that relationship or what was the foundation of that relationship, okay?
Okay.
If it's someone that, let's say the person started the whole thing by using money to entice this person,
Mm-hmm.
and the person came because of the money you showed her.
Yeah.
And maybe the person never got to fall in love with you at the end of the day.
Yeah. So
And
would
they
you call
just
that
there for the
simping?
money. The guy symptoms went to her heart.
Okay, but if she later falls in love, you can call it simped into her heart.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it worked out for him.
Okay.
It does
If,
work
if,
out for
if,
some.
if he won in the end.
Yes,
Mm.
because
Mm.
it happens. Because relationships are really is really funny, right? Sometimes you hear a lady saying things like, "Oh, look, I will never be with such and such a guy,"
Yeah.
but you end up seeing her with such and such a guy.
Speaking of that, okay, we're going to the. Speaking of, I will never end up with such a guy. Let's do the male version, right?
Okay.
Because these days we are seeing guys wife up hoes and prostitutes. What do you think about that?
Uh, okay. Define a prostitute in this sense.
Oh, yeah, 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 don't you know?
No, no, no. What I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. So
I define a
because
prostitute.
if we are looking at transactional relationships,
Yeah.
that means almost everybody's involved in it. No, true. If we are talking about prostitution in the actual
No,
word of
no,
it,
I mean,
where
wait,
that
but
means this
no,
person
wait.
sells sex.
Yes,
That's what this person sells,
the lady sells sex.
basically.
Yes.
Not that I was there and then somebody bought me this and I did this with them. No.
Okay, no, she said, no, hold on. I think, let's not mix it up. There are those that sell sex, right?
Yes.
And there are those, like, a typical example now is, a lady, maybe she may not, because of his well off to do, she does not collect money for the sex. But she has like a triple digit body count.
Okay.
She may not collect money for it, it's just based on vibes, right?
Okay.
And guys are wifing now. What do you think?
Bro. Triple digits, bro.
What happened recently where this babe, right? Two babes I've seen on X right now.
Yeah.
One, she used to post nudes back to back.
Okay.
And the irony is, I don't even know how okay, guys simp a lot. So she had like up to 20K followers on X, right? Like some ridiculous number of followers on X. She was posting nudes back to back. She
Okay.
got married. They tried to like deactivate her account because people came for her
Yeah.
when she got married. And it's like, bro, her nudes are publicly there
Yeah.
on X, right? Online for people to see what you are enjoying in marriage. And it's like, how the fuck are these bros getting married to hoes? Like, that's one. Two. Another example now recently is someone got married in court. That guy is dead. He married a whore, court marriage, which I think guys shouldn't do. Court marriage. And this babe was basically posting about big dick. Years, like for years to come, she'll be posting about it,
Yeah.
how she wants big dick can control her and stuff. And it's like, how the fuck are you guys not seeing that these are hoes, right? And people are putting rings on them.
I mean, look, a sucker is born every minute.
What?
A sucker is born every minute.
An idiot, but
Yeah. Okay, so there's this saying, and it resonates with me. It resonates a lot in my head. Every single time I hear it, it literally says, "The final form of a hoe is a religious girl,
You just go.
a religious lady,
Okay.
or a church lady." And I keep seeing this in
Wait, I'm sorry.
everywhere
The final form
of a
of
hoe.
a hoe
It's a religious
is a
lady.
religious lady. Okay.
And I keep seeing this in everywhere. There was this one the other time. She's an American. I think she's an artist or something. She's like done all the whole stuff and all
She
that.
has, she, has, she has been a hoe
Then,
all her life.
at one point, she started wearing hijab and everything. I'm like, bro, from where to where?
Hey, hijab.
Yeah.
Oh my days. Oh my days.
And another thing I observed was someone could be, let's say, a lady was doing like prostitution in one state or city. When she's done with that lifestyle, she moved to an entirely
A different location
city
to go and hoe around.
to just start her life over, go to the church and do all that.
So I tell guys that one, avoid babes from 25 upwards. If she was born as a wife, if she was a wife material from young, she would have gotten married before 25. That's my opinion. And yes, so what that means is if she's 25 and above, leave her alone. One. Two is if she just joined the church at age 25, she was a hoe. She has hold her entire life up until 25. At 25, she realized that she's not married yet. She's looking for a dodo in the church to get to wife her up and say, you know what, and things have changed. I'm a new person. Oga, she's not a new person, you know. She has hold 25 years. So what made her change? And speaking about people change or not, I always ask, if you say you changed, what made you change? Whenever I hear I was inspired, they sent me a message, God touched my heart, thunder will fire you. The only way I see people change is something drastic happen in their life. It's the only way I see real change. Something, for example, now is for guys that maybe they smoke or do drugs. Maybe they saw their friend overdose in their front. Hey,
Okay.
now that's shocking to them because it could have been them. Then I can believe that change. But if you come and tell me something touched your heart, hey, I don't buy that story. I don't buy that story.
Yeah, I get that. Well, let me bring it back to the part about like, when someone is 25 and older, you don't get married to the person. I don't buy into that kind of idea for a lot of reasons. One being, yes, most of our parents got married at much earlier age. Yes, so most of our parents they got married.
Our mothers got married very, very young, right?
Yes.
And I believe women are supposed to go from the father's house, forget boyfriend, girlfriend things, from
Okay.
the father's house at a very early age to the husband's house, not hoeing around. We'll continue.
Okay. Now we have to look at several factors.
Okay.
Chief of which is actually economy.
Economy. Is that what they're hoeing around?
It's not about the hoeing part. It's about the marriage part.
Marriage parts.
Yes.
All right.
If you observe, both men and women are getting married at a much older age compared to our parents. Why is that happening?
I think I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if when your parents got married, but I think for my father's side, a good number of them got married at, I would say, an older age. Well, is what I think. In their 30s.
Okay,
Yeah, I
but
think in their
but
30s.
the ones I know that did that in their 20s. Most of the ones I got to know, they did that in their 20s, some early 20s for the most part. Now, the reason why they were able to do it was back then life was kind of relatively cheaper.
Okay, cheaper.
Yes. But now you see a guy pushing 40, early 40s. He's still trying to find his feet.
Financially, okay.
Yes. So you never belly food. Now you want to go carry person picking people for house.
No. So me, I believe that I'm
So
sorry.
chill.
Okay,
So now the guy is not in a better place financially.
that's the guy. Okay, 100%.
So who is he going to marry? He cannot marry these other ladies. And those ladies, like the less guys are there to
Yes.
marry you,
Mm-hmm.
the more you keep getting older as a single lady.
As a single lady. Okay. So I'm a friend. So I stand my ground that though in that context, right? Every lady before 25, before
Mm-hmm.
25, I believe has seen a guy who is well to do. In my opinion, every guy around 20, any girl around 25
Mm-hmm.
must have come across a guy who is already well to do.
Okay.
That means that if she was going around, it's a choice. It's not by condition,
Okay.
right? So me, I personally believe, like I said, I stand my ground that if she was a wife material, she should have been wifed up before 25.
The fact that the guy is doing well financially doesn't mean he's a good person. It doesn't mean they're compatible. Yeah, I mean, there are shitty guys with money all the time.
Well, like I said, then again, I stand my ground that women don't really know how to pick partners.
Okay.
I mean, because if you have good ways, you can get away with a lot of women. Right?
True.
This is why I said that women need their brothers or somebody masculine to say, this guy is a scam.
True.
This guy. They think they're equipped to detect male scam. Same way, your sibling, your sister, your mom, she can see female bullshit and call it out.
Yeah.
Can be like, nah, this girl is not. She's scamming you. She can just hear the full story. She can hear her cry, her message, and just call it out.
Yeah.
So I believe that women are not really equipped to detect male BS. We need someone masculine to detect it. So I think we've come to digress, right? On the issue of low self-esteem, right? Do you think Nigerian men have low self-esteem?
Low self-esteem. Nigerians in general have low self-esteem.
Okay.
You know why? Because like growing up, a lot of us have been cowed into being subservient
Subservient to what?
to anybody that has a little bit of authority.
Okay, so okay.
And the authority could just be age.
Okay. Well, that means just because you were born before me, you can be
Yes.
an idiot.
That means I have to respect and obey everything you say, regardless of how stupid it is.
Just because you're older than me. With a
Yes.
day. Alright.
So, and regardless of if you are giving me what I deserve, in terms of, for instance, now you go to work for someone and the person pays your salary, but the person expects you to tell him or her
Thank
thanks
you.
for your salary. I
But
work
but
for
the person did
this.
the job now. He
I
played
did
his
a
part.
job. If I tell you thanks, it's just me being cautious.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just okay.
But
But
you can't demand.
you can't demand it from me. And case in point, did you watch the video of when this Super Falcons went to greet the president?
No.
In that video, I watched the video. When they were going to greet him and his wife, they were walking in like they're coming one after the other.
Yeah.
And I watched them go shake his hand, shake the wife, and move. I was asking some of them, we go there, we kneel down, we'll bow down, do a lot of,
Yeah, yeah.
virtual
They will
signaling and all that.
show some
As per,
gestures.
yeah, I'm trying to respect
They
all
will
that, whatever it is. Some
overemphasize.
didn't. So just go shake and bounce.
Yeah.
Now, is that something? Almost every single person that was bowing down and kneeling was a Nigerian born in Nigeria. The rest didn't grow up in Nigeria.
Cultural difference.
Yes, not just cultural difference in terms of like
Ideology or something.
national, like in terms of where they grew up. Those that grew up in Nigeria or spend most of their lifetime in Nigeria, they're the ones like kneeling down and all that. Not even necessarily because of their ethnicity per se.
Oh yeah, I get it.
So it's more like this is where they grew up, and this is what they've been made to believe that they should do when they meet someone in a position of authority. But those ones that grew up outside of the country, they didn't do that because why should I mean that to you? That's their own thinking.
Okay.
There's no need for that. So it's low self-esteem that causes that.
Alright.
And it's been beaten into many Nigerians. That's why I keep telling people, look, simply because of someone is older or in the position of authority doesn't mean the person always has sense. Stupid people grow old too. Yeah, I see a lot of old and stupid people all the time.
Alright. Okay. Speaking of old and stupid people, right? What do you think about Nigerian pastors and the amount of, should I say, I don't know. What do you think about Nigerian pastors and do you think they have contributed to this low self-esteem problem? Now, I didn't say Christianity, I said Nigerian pastors. So I believe there's a difference.
The low self-esteem thing. It's still a thing of position of authority because in a position of authority and they demand you do certain things. So they're no different from like elders or when you go to what's it called, or when you go to an office where you work and then they demand you adjust in a certain way. So a lot of Nigerian pastors are not even different from all that. Like if you've worked in civil service or if you served in NYC and go to do your clearance or go to meet some of those people, they demand you address in a certain way.
Yeah.
And when you don't, they pick offense.
I said that's they don't feel that the Lord over you.
Yeah, so
in that
it's the same.
context.
So it's the same thing that I have observed with some of these Nigerian pastors as well. That some of them they might not say it outright, but you observe how they will treat those that address them that way versus those that don't.
Okay.
You
Okay.
get? So when you go, you address this guy, oh, as daddy.
Daddy.
The way he will treat you will be different from the way he treat the person that doesn't do that.
Okay.
So now they're encouraging people saying that, addressing that way, but subtly discouraging those
Yeah.
that don't say that.
Okay, I get that. So it's almost like he did as a good boy, he did as he was supposed to do, so he gets rewarded.
Yeah,
Then
exactly.
you don't do that, you get punished, or you just get sidelined.
Yeah, exactly. So now those that do that will be encouraged more to do that, and those that
Yeah,
on the
they
side are start
reward the
observing,
behavior.
oh, I have to address this person this way for me to get this thing on his attention at the list.
Okay.
So it's just what it is.
So What do you think is the problem with Nigerian relationships or relationships happening in this generation?
Okay. Okay. The problem is there any particular one you want to talk about? Like any particular problem?
Just do you think like what do you think about relationships these days? That's just like the general question.
I think everybody is trying to, how do I put this? Compare their relationships with what they see on social media.
Okay.
I think a lot of
Comparison.
people try to see something happen on social media and they think, okay, this is how mine should be
Okay.
or not, as opposed to, okay, this is the kind of person I am, this kind of person I have. This is
Mm-hmm.
what works for us.
Okay.
You get?
So basically, everyone, even guys and girls, are trying to copy,
Yes,
copy.
yes, guys and girls are just trying to do like the things they see on social media. And social media is both a gift and a curse
Different girls. Okay.
in the sense that
Of course.
back then, if you do something shitty, it's just you and just a couple of people that will know that you're very stupid.
So if she was a hoe, only if people knew that she was a hoe, or
Yeah,
if
only a
she's a
few
hoe
people. Because
now,
at the end of the day, the whole thing about calling somebody a whole person, it's because of it's out there.
it's out there.
But the
So
one you are calling a
I
saint and all that,
so
how would you know the person wasn't involved
no,
at some point?
that's I believe. I believe you groom the women you are with in your life. If you want to marry her, groom her. I don't believe in.
Nah,
It's
bro.
either you trust her father's grooming or you groom her yourself. That's why back in the days, the mothers were good because at least you marry them young and groom them. Then when they come of age, you can start using them to produce kids.
Bro, like when you use the word grooming, bro, it's
That's the point.
they were like the whole grooming thing, bro. It's kind of
I be,
okay,
I
okay. What I was saying in that regard is this. It's best if maybe the both of you like grew up at the same time, around the same age range.
no, I don't believe in. I don't believe in that.
I mean,
So I so
it's only
I
best
think
for the both of them.
so. Okay, looking at modern relationship styles, I feel like they're currently failing. They have very high failure rates.
The modern one.
Yeah, they have a very high
Yeah,
failure
sure.
rate. So I personally believe that. I personally believe that. Back in the days, women were groomed, and that was part. I didn't say that success. That contributed greatly to their success. Grooming them.
What do you mean by grooming?
What do you mean by grooming?
Yeah.
Getting them young.
Okay. Um.
So
Okay.
it's like you can't teach an old dog new tricks, right? So if you see a girl, like I said, if you see a girl who's 25, how would she follow your leadership? I mean, it's one thing to see how if she was feminine, say under her dad's care, under her dad's instructions, but to see
Mm,
someone that is 25 past her dad's instructions, you really cannot groom her your own way.
okay. I'm trying to see if we can use a different word as called grooming. So the thing is this, right? People all have their individual personalities,
Yeah, 100%.
and people need what I call spirit of discernment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Everyone needs it.
everyone needs that spirit of discernment. And what is that? It is basically the ability to sit with someone, talk with them, or be in their presence for some time and understand what kind of person this person is
Okay.
from from how they talk, how they relate to people, how they address people.
Okay.
So what I usually do is when I when I'm moving towards a girl
Mm-hmm.
and I feel okay, maybe someone I work out with it between us with us, what I do is we go on a date and I don't usually do like the casual going out on dates where you you know go to some place and just the two of you. I like a situation where it should be out, it be both of us out where we interact with other people. So I can observe how you interact with other people.
A quick one, quick one. I tell guys that guys, a quick test for women is look at how she treats people who don't mean anything to her.
Exactly.
So what kind of place would you recommend for a date for you to test a woman's character?
So it could be somewhere where somebody has to attend to us. It could be like an amusement park. Sometimes the restaurant works though, but
Yeah.
a lot of people actually,
So
getting food.
you are laid back. You want her to handle the whole interaction. So you see her. how she acts when. So what are you looking for in that moment?
It has been a situation where, in fact, even restaurants are kind of still like you still try to comport yourself. A situation where you can't really comport yourself as much as you would like to.
Okay, arcade games where it's like
Yes,
it's
all those
loud,
things.
it's
Yeah,
noisy. Arcade games are very good to take a girl out on a date,
yeah.
though.
So all those kind of places where you, as much as you want to comport yourself, is where you dress casual to go to.
Mm-hmm.
You probably have to sweat all those things, and
Mm-hmm.
so that might get your nerves and those. You just observe. Okay, how does this person relate to
So
people?
okay, so when you think about girls that demand for expensive dates on the first day,
I just stupid man. I think. See, I feel like a girl that is demanding for like expensive dates doesn't really care about you.
I keep telling guys that guys. So guys, I say guys, your dating game is simple. Attract the women that you want, right? No, attract women
That like him.
that like you. Pick the ones you like from the ones that like you. It's supposed to be that simple, right? So what I'm going to is a lot of guys will see a girl, they will do too much to want to impress. And you have girls with some low mentality that says, "No, if you want to talk to me, you should pay me £1 million. If you want to talk to me, pay me 250K." And that same stupid mentality will get them to go and have BBL. So that when I get my BBL, if a guy wants to talk to me, he'll pay me 2M. I'm like,
Speaking of BBL, I just got to realize that BBL is one of the things that have the best ROI on earth.
ridiculous ROI.
Bro, these ladies are making banks with BBL.
I think there was a babe in my gym that has BBL, right? She says, according to her, in a month, in a particular month, in her second month of the BBL moving around in the gym, this my same gym, my same gym, 5 million naira has come to her. God, it's a man's world, it's a patriarchy, but
Bro, like
BBL has the highest.
women will never stop that kind of patriarchy, bro. They will never. That's that level of patriarchy, that
That's
version of
what.
patriarchy, they will never end it.
That's why I say feminism is a fucking hoax. If they want to really end feminism, they
Yeah.
should end BBL.
Bro. Go- See, like I think somebody also just said one time about like funding ladies their BBL and then then they start sharing whatever that comes to the lady.
As in, that'd be a good business. Oh. I'm giving BBL right now. I'll sponsor BBL rights. Any money that comes in for the next 6 years.
But that's
We're splitting it.
that's basically sex trafficking.
No, I'm sorry. What OnlyFans? At the digital scale.
Yeah, is so by the time we do that, it's just basically sex trafficking.
You put a very wrong spin to it.
It is what it is, bro.
No, wait. No, you have the liberty to say no.
Yeah.
You can be in your house. You can
Mm-hmm.
save up for your BBL. Mind you, I'm not doing this business, so I am not doing this business. But you have two
According
options,
to him.
according to me, right? No alleged reality. You can stay in your house.
Yeah.
You can save up to your own BBL. But maybe
Mm-hmm.
because of you heard BBL is expensive and you can't even dream of where to get BBL from,
Mm-hmm.
right? Hey coach, I don't support hookup culture, right? Just in case. You know that you can't afford BBL. I say, okay, I can afford it, right? But I need my returns. So we have an agreement. I sponsor it. I sponsor the post treatment because there's also post treatment that costs
Yeah.
money. And then for this period, this is how much comes to me, regardless of blah 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 blah. So I'm not. So to me, I believe that it's a good ROI there for a businessman, right? Because
This
she has a choice.
is the literal definition of pimping, sex trafficking.
I
And
don't know. Don't say sex trafficking. Don't say that.
bro,
Don't say sex trafficking because she has a choice
is
to
an
agree
yeah, she has a choice.
or to not agree.
So how do I put this down? Like when they read the statement in court, something like this we talk about.
I
Because
say,
basically
my judge, she had a choice. She had a choice
bro,
to either accept or reject, but she
yeah.
chose.
Even if the person chooses it, but it's still like the case will still be against you. Even if the person chooses it, because might say, oh, it's under duress, under question that can. I would never advise anyone to go down there. But yeah, but for the ladies, I got to understand that BBL has a good ROI. But the problem is this: when they mention, they don't tell you how the ROI comes.
So women would always leave out some parts.
Yes.
So guys, I feel guys, you used to have like judgments when talking to women, right? Because they would always leave out some parts they don't want you to know, right? So if they're hiding some things, don't be surprised. So
Nobody will actually tell you how the ROI comes in, and but at the end of the day, when you put two and two together, you just
it will
realize
click. That's okay.
she got this
She
to
got
get
this.
that.
She got this. So I mean, everything makes sense now,
Yeah.
man.
So
Which for that brings to the point where do you think a guy should marry a babe that has BBL?
I wouldn't advise anybody to do that because most girls that go to get BBL, there's a reason, and it's not because they want to make heaven.
I heard one babe called has Christian BBL.
She want wine God. The craze. Like, see, and that's the thing. Humans, we always try to justify some of the
Yeah,
rubbish we do sometimes.
I mean,
We just pick up one rubbish and try to justify. Which one is Christian BBL? Look, you augmented your body to
you're into prostitution.
to
He just called it spade a
get more
spade.
attention to what you okay. But the funny thing, come to think of it now, this might be an outlier. It's not necessarily
Yes.
the norm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of ladies get BBL, and when they get the BBL, it's basically to get male attention, and then
Validation,
not
money.
just and basically when they get male attention, it ends up being gets involved in a transactional relationship with somebody where they sleep with this person, the person pays them. Directly or indirectly get paid for sleeping with someone. That's just what it is.
Mm-hmm. That's
But
just
then I
what
got to realize something too. It is not always that. Okay. Let me show you
do you
something.
want to factor in outliers into any
No, no, no,
situation?
no, no. I'm not,
Okay.
I'm just trying to.
Exceptions.
I'm
Okay,
not.
go ahead.
I'm pointing at something. Okay. A lot of times, people that work in corporate establishments,
Mm-hmm.
they get better perks if they look better.
Halo effect, yeah. Male and female.
Yeah, yeah. I
If
mean,
you
I think, but especially for the female.
if you look good, if you
If
look
you look,
good,
so
you will get better
when you get the BBL,
in
it
a
can actually
corporate
even in a
environment.
corporate environment, it can
Okay,
actually help you.
know that we have some female. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it can actually help you with your chance of getting promotion and earning more.
Hmm.
And
Women sleeping their way to the
if you
top.
work in showbiz, it also helps too. So they do help even without having to
Yo,
sleep
yeah,
with
yeah,
anybody.
yeah. I get. So those are the exceptions, right?
I
The
mean,
the
those are
woman the
the
woman who
few
wants
of
to
them.
climb the corporate ladder using her
Yeah,
objectifying
th-
herself. The
those are a
person
few
who
of
is
them.
in show business who feels like with her BBL she can attract more attention.
Yeah,
That's still valid. I guess the game is the game, right?
yeah.
But once I go there, most of them are doing it for the sake of male attention, male validation. And
It still boils down to male validation and attention. It still boils down to
speaking of
that.
that, right? I just remember something, right? Because this same BBL lady, right? Recently, she was a student, now a single mom. The same gym, now a single mom. Do you think a guy should date single mom?
I don't think there's any issue with that.
A single mom, okay.
I don't think there's any issue with that
Would you
because
date a single mom?
yeah, I would.
Would you marry a single mom?
I can.
Okay.
But look at it. Look at the thing there. You have to first ask how it came about. One.
Okay.
Then, secondly, there's this hypocrisy that I have observed in Nigeria and a lot of our societies. People try to frown on single motherhood and at the same time frown on abortion. You can't have both.
What if we just stop going around? What if she stops going around?
Adults have sex. It's not breaking news.
Having triple digit body count,
You can
going
have you
around,
can literally a lady can
having a
a
high
lady can
body
literally
number.
get pregnant on her first sexual encounter.
Is that the worst case?
It happens. It can literally be the case.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
now she has a choice. Okay, this guy, she's got pregnant for this guy. This guy doesn't want to marry her.
I mean,
Okay,
she's having sex with somebody who she can get married to.
no, she go put on for the guy and make him marry him. The guy probably doesn't want to marry her, and that's the end of the story.
Then
Maybe he feels like
why she giving you prayer?
maybe the guy feel. People
The
have
guy,
sex all the time. You understand? So she's not going to force this guy to marry her. The guy says no. He says no. There's nothing you can do.
standard.
How does he say? Either you remain a single mom and I'll take care of the kid, or not, because God he might choose not to
So
be
I so
involved
I think
in
I kind
your
of believe
side.
that. I believe that any guy you can't get married to, shit happens. Don't give him sex.
Okay, we'll get to that. But anyway,
But I
um,
believe that. Does I believe
yeah,
broke boys shouldn't have sex?
yeah. So my point about this whole thing is, if someone is not a single mother, that means the person would commit abortion if the person is being sexually active.
Oh yeah, I think I heard one stupid. I won't call it stupid, right? Because I heard one statement, right? Which to me, I'm still in shock that it's to me is very over the top. Say that the average Nigerian woman, right, has had up to 6 abortions. Average
It's quite possible.
6 abortions.
Yes.
Guys, please get married. Look for the virgins. Look for virgins
How
or
will you,
groom your
bro?
women.
Like you? Okay, wait. Okay, what are you getting from this virginity? Let me even understand.
Sorry,
Sir. What are you getting from this virginity?
lower chances of paternity fraud. Lower chances,
Okay,
which is a
lower
very
chance.
important thing.
Okay,
Just lower chances of her stepping out of the house. Lower chances of her comparing you to. Lower chances of her comparing you to other men.
okay.
Um, yeah, I think that's a male prerogative or something.
Okay. Me, I've never actually rated the whole virginity thing. I've never really rated it because I think people are so fixated on it, and I'm getting married to a human being, and I'm more fixated. I'm more interested in your the concept of your character, like whether we are compatible or not, as opposed to whether you've had sex before or not.
No, that's important.
I mean, you could have had sex with, you could be a virgin but be a really stupid person.
100%.
I rather marry someone that has had sex on some occasion but has sense than a very stupid person.
So describe a stupid virgin to me.
Huh?
Describe a stupid virgin to me.
Bro, if you meet a stupid person, you know you're a stupid person. I don't need to describe the person. You know this person is stupid. Say, look, like,
So I think that's where grooming comes in.
I don't have the strength to groom anybody. If you don't get sense, no get sense. Just get the fuck up. I don't have the
Again,
energy for that.
our father.
I don't have the energy to start grooming anybody or telling you like this is what you need to. Yeah, I will try to, define how you should not define per se. Like, okay, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. Now if I see it's not working out, I'll be like, okay, my sister in Christ, I think we need to depart or
Mhm.
separate ways. That's just for me. Okay? Virgin or non-virgin is not my problem. I even one thing you see, one thing I even strongly believe in is I strongly believe in divorce.
Divorce.
Yes.
Okay.
Because the whole thing about people being afraid of being divorced has led people to stay in really stupid marriages.
Just for a thought just came to my head right
Okay?
now. Speaking of that, right? I've never seen men talk about their shitty wives in the bare parlor before. Or in any context, is a person a shitty wife like his
I
friends?
know where you're going to,
No, 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 I show you
but
be
in,
bus driver.
but
Hold
you
on.
but you
You be
rarely
Lasma.
but you
Calm
but
down
you but
now.
you rarely hear men do that.
Wait, wait now. Have you heard?
You rarely hear men do.
Wait, the keyword there is ready, right? But have you? No, have you? The reason why I don't speak on hypotheticals. I don't speak from what you've heard. Like, have you heard men like speak about his wife to another man or fellow man?
Okay, I've not heard per se.
Per
I,
se.
I might have heard, but I
Okay,
cannot
so
recall. I
okay,
might have heard, but I
what do you
cannot
think? Okay,
recall. But
what advice comes from a man to his fellow man who is struggling with his wife?
which one is his wife? Uh, okay. I mean, they try to tell them to make peace in the house.
But for women, what do you think the other the cases?
Pack and go.
So what do you think I was driving as? Yeah, last one.
Okay, I actually thought you were driving at something else because there's something I keep observing on social media a lot, and it keeps pissing me off. You've seen those videos of pictures of women who come online to humiliate their husband. Basically, say, my husband did this, my husband did that, and then everybody also start piling on the husband. Leave that marriage. It's not good for you. Did that. It's not as if the man hits her or anything. Basically, maybe the man he went to get the groceries and he got the wrong stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That they call weaponized incompetence. Maybe just got the wrong stuff, or maybe
So
he.
the guy, okay, hold on. I think I saw a tweet recently where she's like, she asked the guy to get a size of Pampers. He got the wrong size. Get the size of this. He got the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Like three items, he got the wrong thing. I'm like, this is where I think traditional roles come in, because
Mm-hmm.
I don't see why the man is doing that. It's like asking the wife to go and buy engine oil. Asking the wife to go and buy engine oil for what? For the generator.
Yeah.
Not knowing that there's a diesel gen and there's a petrol gen.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't believe a man should be buying Pampers. It's like I remember the day my dad bought pepper in his mind. And my mom was like, oh, thank you very much. Pepper or fish, what from the road, chef, from the express. Yes, he was like in his mind. He has supported his wife that
Yeah.
way. But my mom, she was like, God, the price he bought it at, oh God. She didn't ask him how much, but she just knew that the price they will call for
You
him.
cut the neck. Yeah.
So, what is again? She didn't send him. He just did it out of like, let me just buy.
Yeah.
I'm in traffic.
Yeah. I was poor the moment.
Maybe the guy was like disturbing my dad too much. Let me just buy it. So it's like, but some wives know that their husbands are not good in this thing, right? They will still go ahead and say, as a man, if you know you won't get it correctly, tell her, I can't do that. It will be best if you do that, because I'm pretty sure if you send that wife, right, to go and buy engine oil for your generator, there's a high chance she's buying rubbish.
Okay.
Or ATF,
this-
transmission fluid,
So one thing I try to do a lot of times
steering
when
fluid.
I'm trying to get something, let's say a lady sends me to get something, I usually say one thing. Send it as a text. One,
Okay,
two, be specific.
all right. Okay.
Down to the color, the size, and just be really specific.
Anything that's important in that context, say
Yes.
it. Hmm.
Because if I go and get the wrong thing, it's on you.
Okay.
Because you say I should get whatever it is. Ah, I got it.
So I
Why
think
didn't
I
you get
think
this color? Why didn't you get this other? Bro, you said I should
so.
get this. I got it for
Did you
you.
know that the color was very important?
How was I supposed to know that? That's on you.
Yeah. Okay. Very true.
Garbage in, garbage out. You told me to get something, I got it.
So fuck off.
So it's
I
on you.
did. I did the part of that I was
Yeah.
expected to play.
So if you don't like it, then either you give me specific instructions or you go and get it yourself.
So speaking of the quick one, right? If you give if you want to give any guy advice of where to find a quality wife, right? Based on people, like what do you think you should do? Like you want to give an advice, you want to give guys advice when it comes to women. What advice would you give?
Okay, I think we've discussed already, which is basically go for someone that already likes you.
No, marriage. Okay. So,
Okay.
okay, go for someone already likes you, which is very important, because I feel a lot of guys, they often go for babes that don't like
Yes.
them,
Yes.
and they try to do a lot
Exactly.
for the babe to like them, and it's like, bro, this is an uphill battle.
Yeah.
This is an uphill battle. You most likely will not win. If you like, you can buy everything you want to buy for her. Look at your boy, kind of Lord. If you ever sit down with a young boy to hear about his girlfriend stories, you'll be crying in your head.
Yeah, because they're actually stupid for the most part. First of all, this girl obviously doesn't like you, but you throw money in her face,
I swear.
and she's now there with you for your money, and you're like, she's only there with me for my money.
It's like, what do you expect?
What was she there to be there with you for? I don't understand. Like, what else do you have?
So I
You
think
don't
so.
have carriage. You don't talk well. Nothing like that. You just have that money,
Mhm.
and you threw it in her face, and she's there with you for the money. Which is why okay. Another advice I'll give you guys: work on yourself. Okay, as well as we try to
So
tell,
working
like,
on yourself or money, which one comes first?
both of them usually comes at the same time. If you're working on yourself, you're mostly working to make money.
All
You
right.
understand? While you're working on yourself, it improves your chance of making money while working on yourself. Okay, so work on yourself, and then when you work on yourself, you get more confident. You be confident enough to, you
That's
know,
where the whole competence and confidence
get
thing comes
confidence.
from.
Yeah, exactly. So you'll be able to, you know, like approach the kind of ladies that you want. You feel like you want in your life.
Okay.
Okay, because like you mentioned, like all these some of these, not just Yahoo boys alone, but basically like, how do I even put this now?
I just
People,
what the outboy because of the thinking.
yeah.
Basically.
So people that um have not worked on themselves, they spend a lot to get what other people come to other people like really easily.
Okay, they overcompensate.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was looking for. Overcompensate.
Yeah.
And when you try to
Overcom-
point the person, okay, should do this, do that, the person might pick offense.
Yeah, they become egotistic.
Like, are you looking down on me? The person might pick
Yeah,
offense
yeah.
over
Yeah,
that.
that's low self-esteem.
So that's one of the problems that they do have
Okay.
when they don't go for people that actually like them or they don't work on themselves. They feel like, oh, money is all they actually need. At the end of the day, they end up marrying people that think like them.
Pause. That's a very important note, oh, that you end up getting married to people that think like you. So if you look at it very well, the best dating advice still boils down to self-improvement.
Yeah.
Because you really cannot attract what you are not.
You attract who you are.
But a lot of people misunderstand this because what I'm going to this, it's difficult example is when I say guys should go for virgins, they're like, are the guys virgins themselves? I'm like, that's the wrong context. I'm trying to, in the very end, right? A guy who has not changed his thinking around women. For example, I keep seeing a lot of guys I want to get married. But when I look at their IG feed, I'm seeing a lot of baddies. I'm like, bro, you do realize that the reason there are baddies on your IG explore page.
Yeah.
Because that is what your brain,
That's what we're looking at.
that's what you've been looking at for a while. So it's like if you're looking for like a wife material, your brain can spot a wife material.
Yeah.
And how would you know? It's from the way she carries herself in every environment. She carries herself different
Yeah.
from the average woman.
And it's really funny. Like, like I just don't think of it. Like, it's always funny. Like, bro, you left the comfort of your home to look for a baddie
A
and
hoe,
brought her to your home, and now you expect her to like
be a wife.
act the way she isn't.
Yeah, that thing busts my head.
Like, and then you start complaining to my wife, bros. Like, I don't understand from where to where.
It's like show me her pictures, no vex.
How you people meet? We met at a club. Okay,
Oh
fine. Anybody can be in a
shit.
club and all that.
Yeah.
So after that, like,
Context. Most women in the clubs are not there for fight. They know why they are there.
you understand? Like,
Hookup culture.
yeah,
They're
you,
not
you 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 met someone in some funny places, and then
in a strip
you're
club.
not complaining. Oh, the street club. You met a girl at the street club, and you're not complaining that she has a certain lifestyle.
Yeah, oh, she's still promiscuous. Bro, there's a guy I was coaching recently. After the coaching call, I said, oh, shit, this guy is going back to be this babe. So, see this context. He's a cocktail guy. He got his baby job. She has like 70 minimum type stuff, right? Then she opens a shop, right? This guy wants to marry this baby. I'm like, hold on, she earns 70. She opened a shop. But as a bad, that shop is what? Maybe 500K. How long did he save to rent that shop? And she furnished the shop immediately. And you think she's going to hook up? I'm like, bro,
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
yo, you're not working in serious ways now. So, do you think marriage today is worth it?
That's a really deep one. For the lady, it depends on who we're talking about. For the ladies, there's one. For the guys, I mean, what exactly I get out of marriage? Because that's another reason why people are not getting married. Okay,
That's the reason that
a lot of
that's the
guys
reason
are
that
not
people
getting
don't really
married.
talk about. Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of guys are not getting because a lot of guys have clocked. What am I getting this marriage
that can't get out of
that
it.
I cannot get without the marriage? And it's almost nothing. It's like slim to
Sex,
none.
baby mamas. What else?
Is it sex I can get without marriage? Kids I can get without marriage. Peace of mind, marriage even come out the peace of mind of marriage.
So, what about people who have this opinion that, well, if you find a good woman,
If you do, it's
that's a very strong
it's,
if.
it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
All
Okay,
right.
it's a really lovely thing when you have someone that both of you share the same similar values and goals
Ideas, yeah,
and everything, right?
yeah.
It's always beautiful when it happens, but
But it doesn't happen. In
it doesn't. It doesn't always happen that way.
Okay.
And the failure rate of marriage is so high that it statistically doesn't even make sense to get into it.
Statistically, okay. Yeah, familiar with the Pareto principle.
Wait, what?
Pareto principle.
What's that? What does it say?
20% of the 80% of the effects come from 20% of the cause. It's like in your wardrobe, you only wear a fraction of your clothes. You don't wear all your clothes in your wardrobe.
Sure.
The people who are successful are a very handful of people.
Yeah.
The people who control the entire world, a very handful of people. The point is the minority controls the majority. So in
Definitely.
the context now is the successful marriages would always be the
Something
smaller
of value
fraction.
is is rare.
So there are guys who have the opinion that, well, you have to look for a good wife to make your marriage work, and we're like, eh. And the wives, women will be like, you have to look for a good husband to make your marriage work. The question now is, I firmly believe that before feminism, marriages were a blessing. Women were okay with it. The men were okay with it. But when they began to drum a narrative of women are suffering in marriage,
Yeah.
it became utter chaos.
Yeah.
And that's the thinking that I hold, right? That when they began to sing the song of, hey, he's using you, leave the marriage, it's like, shit hit the fan. And hit the fan fast.
Yeah.
So I think marriages today, I think they are worth it for some people if they hit the lottery.
Yeah.
But if you don't hit the lottery, I think cohabitation, right? Cohabitation still works. But I feel like as a generation, why can't you just go back to figure out why the past generational marriages worked? That's what I think. Like, we're supposed to go back to figure out why it worked. And if we can tell why it worked, we're good.
Okay, like I said, a lot of this have certain nuances to them. One of which is that what you're experiencing now is not so different from what people back then experienced in their marriages.
Like what?
There's nothing new under the sun.
Oh, there's nothing new.
There's nothing you tell me that we're experiencing now that wasn't experienced before. What difference now is that in the internet and social media has made everything to be more out there.
Extreme.
It seems like it was not there. You think like men and women.
No, but I think
you think men and women were not cheating on themselves before now?
Women, when you say men cheating, in what context?
Okay.
All
right. Let's okay. What is it that you think women are doing now they were not doing before?
There's nothing. But it's just at a crazier scale.
There's more population in the world. Before we are less than 6 billion. Now
So
we are
hold
8
on.
billion.
So of
course there'll be more people.
No, so see this way. Back in days, that's like 100 years ago.
Okay.
For every 10 women, I believe, for every 10 women, right? For every 10 women, maybe like 3 were hoes. 3 were hoes. Or maybe 10 women. Well, I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
In today's generation, population, I believe for every 10 women, 8 now are hoes.
Part of the reason why we see some of this is because of we have better tools to track data these days.
That's why it's what.
Which is why it's easier for people to say, paternity fraud is a lot these days. A lot of people in their 30s, 40s, 50s.
They raise kids.
No. I mean, like they are the family they grew up in. That wasn't their father.
Yeah.
That wasn't their father.
Yeah, I get.
So that means this has been happening long before.
Yeah, long before.
It's even now that DNA testing has even made it easier to even catch those. So now that I can catch them and you're seeing all these numbers, what do you think was happening when you couldn't catch them?
No, my point is that social media and the feminism movement, the sexual liberation movement has just made the whole hoeing worse.
I don't think it has made it worse. I just think it's puts more light on it. It puts more light on it.
Okay, so basically you're saying that majority of the women have always been hoes or hoes.
There's this humans will always be human beings, right? Humans will always be humans. And they'll act the same way they've acted throughout time.
Given circumstances, yes.
The only difference would be like how it is done.
The approach.
And the approach and technology involved in doing it.
Okay.
That we always do what they've always done. For instance, there's this event that happened in the U.S. I forgot what they call it. Basically, it happened in the early 90s. This was before the internet was rampant, before like camera phones and everything. And it was more like, I don't know what I call it, freak off or what, but basically people would just travel from different places and go to one particular city and everyone just be like, just doing all manner of things. You understand?
Okay.
Even in public, it was happening. Unfortunately for some of them, somebody who was a journalist or whatever it is at that point, so captured some footage with their cameras back then. And then they pieced it together and then they made a documentary, I think it was last year. People started saying their mothers.
Okay. Their mothers.
Yes, they
Oh,
started using their
chim.
mothers in those
Oh,
videos.
chim. Okay.
Early 90s.
In 90s.
But if that thing wasn't recorded, nah, my man has seen it.
So, well,
So,
I think I'm waiting
and
for
this
my
was what was,
father
and this was
taking the
what was
wife
recorded
material.
though. The other ones, like previous years that had been done, they were not recorded. You get? So nothing is new. It's just that because of we're able to capture these things, and people, apart from capturing it now, people know that can monetize these things.
Mm-hmm.
It now seems like it's much more rampant, but it's basically
I think women were always monetizing their body from the dawn
exactly,
of
bro.
time.
Like prostitution didn't start today, pimping didn't start today.
What do you think about Genge's message?
Gege.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really a fan of the guy, but I'm yet to find out someone that will say, "Oh, he lied about something."
So one thing for sure is that we live in a world of that we live in a world that embraces comforting lies. Right. What that means is that we know it's a lie, but we rather force ourselves to believe the lie than for us to see the truth for what it is.
Yeah, humans always gravitate towards comforting lies than the truth.
So I
And
think
sometimes when you tell people the truth, they just start getting irate.
and so it dawned on me recently that Christians don't realize that was why Jesus Christ was killed. He was killed for the same truth you are preaching. So it's like whenever I see somebody saying the truth, why are you attacking him? What do you think about Andrew Tate?
Who?
Andrew Tate.
I think it's a scam.
Why would you call him a scam?
I think he's playing a character.
Okay. And is this character bad?
So he's playing a character and using that depiction to fleece people.
Okay.
He had a state university at some point. How many people they even made anything out of the whole thing after paying money to him?
I mean, some people have testimonials though.
The testimonials are basically them sharing whatever they got from that place to use it to promote
I mean,
the thing and for them to use basically
not their
affiliates.
affiliates, not their affiliates.
Okay.
People who went through the courses and got results, and now they began to earn money for themselves, and maybe they left the school because obviously they have to graduate from the school and all that.
Okay, now, of course, there might be a small fraction that will be the outliers, okay? But for the most part, those things, those people like that are usually grifters. What they do is they tug at people's emotion and be like, oh, try to be an extreme, and then they want your funds.
Yeah, but I think of all things, okay, one person asked this. Is there one thing I believe about it, even though you call him a character, but the people that follow him, some of them are beginning to have results in one area of their life.
I mean, there'll be outliers for sure.
No, I mean like not a few, like a good percentage of people have results.
I've never met any of such people.
Okay, but about Andrew Tate, is there anything that you think that he says that is a lie?
There's a
That
lie.
this thing that Andrew Tate said, right, is an objective lie.
I
For the most part.
don't listen to his stuff for the most part, but I think he paints the wrong pictures about things, especially when it comes to men's relationship with women. He
Okay.
paints a really, really wrong picture, of which most times when I see people like, spouting the same thing he says, I ask them a question. Would you be comfortable with your mom or your sister being treated the way Andrew Tate says women should be treated?
I believe if you listen to his message, there will be a context.
Nope. His messages.
No, because
I've
you
listened to
just
some of the messages,
some.
and he basically boils down to women being second-class human beings. Treat them however. You know how he made his money? You know how he started off?
Yeah,
Exactly.
webcam stuff.
And you think he was doing it because I was talking to them. This guy, he had literally given people the blueprint of what he did. I was a really shitty human being to these girls.
But
And people think that this
what
who you should listen
OnlyFans
to.
isn't that what OnlyFans is doing at the last
If you're
scale?
doing OnlyFans, it's like saying, oh, somebody is being a prostitute, and then why is this person being her pimp a bad thing? This person is being a prostitute. Yeah, prostitution is not something I advise anybody to do.
Yeah,
I'm going somewhere.
unethical, yeah.
It's not something I would advise someone to do, right? But you're doing it. It's your choice. But pimping is a whole different ballgame because this person now personally invested in you being a prostitute, which means that if let's say in course of your being a prostitute, just say, oh, I want to like five men today. I don't know how it is for you. This pimp be like, oh, it has to be 10. I don't care whether you're ill or sick or whatever. The person puts so much pressure on you to do much more than you would have actually wanted to do.
I think in that context is because in the case let's not call so we have a pimp, we have a platform.
It's the same thing,
We're going somewhere
different
now.
technologies,
Yes, different scale,
different ways you want to approach
different
the
scale.
same thing.
So the point is, the one that has the scale, which is the platform, is saying, you know what, I can afford to have a lot of women, so I can trash all these ones and pick up what new, you get like new women, right? But the pimp is like, I can't have enough, so but babe, we both have a contract.
No, it's the same
So,
thing.
but the bottom line is that the women
no,
were
no,
not forced.
A pimp doesn't
for
have one
dates.
lady he's managing. It's a whole lot of them.
It's a number, but the point is, it doesn't have the scale of the platform. So, but
When you say
basically,
the scale, talk about using the internet.
Okay, no.
Like
Basically, what?
someone
No.
was a pimp might actually have like being child like at least 10 girls.
Okay, so I think this is what I'm saying, right? The ladies had a choice. Whether they want
That's
to be
what
pimped
you
or
keep
not.
saying. They have a choice. Look, okay, now I listen to what he says and he says, you know what? Let me even tell you what he does. And you probably have heard him say it.
Okay.
They might feel like I have a choice sometimes, but sometimes a lot of them they don't. What does he do? Flies them in, sees their passport. You've heard that, true or false?
I've heard that.
Exactly.
Now,
So,
I would
now
say-
where's the choice now?
Now, I would say.
The person
for
can't
that-
leave.
Yes, but she can go to the police now.
When you are being, your life is being threatened already.
No, hold on. I'm sorry.
Someone that sees your passport.
I'm sorry.
This is basically sex trafficking.
Wait,
And you want me to lead to someone like that?
Wait, hold on. Now, this is what I believe personally, right? You can call me shitty or not. I believe him saying that is a stunt. I believe him saying that. Do you know what? Do you know why me I say it's a stunt?
Okay.
Now, mind you, I'm not saying it's a stunt or something, right? If he's found guilty, lock him up, right? I believe that if you come into my house, right, and I want to pimp you, I seize your passport. One thing for sure is that at some point she must have gotten her passport back. At some point, right?
That's an assumption.
Oh, so were they there forever?
You are assuming she would get it back. But
Okay,
the
so
fact,
I'm
the only
assuming-
fact,
I'm
the only
assuming-
fact we have is that he has confirmed that he sees their passports.
Well, hold on. So hold on.
Not the girl saying it, but
I'm
he said it
getting-
himself.
I'm going somewhere. So my point is that at some point she walked out of the webcam business. At some point, right? At some point she walked out of it alive.
I'm supposed to.
It's not like he's
Was he supposed to
ending
kill
them.
her?
No, I'm going somewhere. Did she ever say why did she now go to report to the authorities? That, okay, this is what happened, so that let the authorities go and catch or see other women there.
One,
Or boss the operation.
One is this whole thing about blaming the victim for like why didn't you go to report another? First of all, you don't know what the person has been threatened with. That's one. You don't know what the person has gone through to the point where the person doesn't even feel like the police can do anything. Three, and you take to always boast that the reason part of the reason why he stays in Romania because of he can buy the corruption there, which means that he was most likely paid off like police.
So he claims to pay off police.
Exactly. So what is the lady supposed to do if the police she wants to go and report to now that on his payroll?
Okay. But now that he was arrested,
passport has
but
been seized.
The time when he was now arrested, why did they come forward and say, you know what? I was also a victim at this point. Advocates flew me into the country, seized my passport, and this because I believe he was arrested for months. For months. What that means is that any threat, even when they arrested Pablo Escobar, when they arrested all of these main drug dealers, people were coming out. Even though you come out and you wear a mask, you're allowed to, but people were coming out. Right? In the case of Andrew Tate, why didn't any woman come out? They claim some women came out, but they were under what's that word? They were under aliases names, so that they did not track them, right? But I believe if those names were legit, the Romanian court will not have released Tate.
You see the funny thing?
Alright.
You literally ask why didn't they come out, then also say that they came out. You see how you
No,
correct yourself?
they claim no. The Brits and US claim that a woman in Texas claims and Tate did this,
Because you
but
cannot.
she never came out. Like
It's a normal thing in the law. If you are scared for your life but you want to be a witness, you have to go as I forgot the right legal name they use for them, but
Yeah.
basically
Under
they
protection.
will protect your
Yeah, yeah,
identity.
yeah. You protect your identity.
That's the whole point of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So people did come out and their identities were protected because of the fear for their
But
lives.
so I think that even with the protecting identities, the what do they call it? The court still let the dictate go.
Bro, you can be released on bail now. It's not a brand new
But they
concept.
allow them to leave the country now.
You can. It depends on the your bail condition. People can be released on bail and be allowed to leave on medical reasons or for whatever reason. But yeah, it
To
depends on your
leave
bail
the
condition.
country. Okay.
So yeah, it can be out on bail. It's not a new concept. And
Okay.
also, you need to understand that the more money you have, the easier can be for you to circumvent the legal system. Because you can hire really good lawyers. You can get the
No,
judge your pocket as well.
I do believe that if you do some real shitty stuff, right, the law comes for you. Look at JE, the guy with the list.
Who?
The guy with the list.
Oh, that
I
remember.
mean, he was stickily rich and stickily connected. Do you know how connected that guy was?
Do you know? Do you know how he's why he had to meet his downfall? Because there are too many top people involved
Okay,
in what was doing, and he had to go.
okay.
And you take on his own part. Not many top people involved in his own thing. Because if there were, he's not seen daylight again.
All right.
He's not.
I
He's
get
a
that part.
small fish in the pond.
But I think what I believe is regardless, we may not like Andrew Tate's approach, right?
Bro,
I believe I
I am
believe
not taking advice from a sex trafficker. I'm not.
right.
And I will not advise anybody to do that. Because that guy, he
The
made his
fu-
money,
the
he's made his
funny
money
thing
from sex trafficking
the
and from
funny
selling
thing
courses that doesn't even do much for people.
the funny thing about no, so I got you correctly, right? So recently, somebody said something about the Bible. That's funny that God used Moses, a killer, to pass his message.
Mm-hmm.
God used Saul, also a killer, to pass the message.
Mm-hmm.
If you really look at most of the people that quote unquote God has used,
Mm-hmm.
Samson was a killing machine. Oh. People don't realize that his strength was not to carry block or rocks or to smash bricks. It was literally to kill. He was made to kill. But still, he was used as a testament to show God's will. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So my point is, advice can come from any direction.
Yes, I get what you're saying. But at the same time, most of this you mentioned, when God was in them, they already converted to the way of the Lord. They were not like trying to be on this bad side and giving good advice. No. They
So
already
you believe
they already
Tate
converted
is still
to
on the bad side.
I tell you, that guy is a grifter. He is just basically trying to tell people what they would like to hear and being on the extreme. Because once you're on the extreme,
One thing I've seen is that one thing I think I have seen, right, is regardless, because of him, people are now adopting good habits. Because of him, people are not going and are beginning to level up.
I won't say it's because of him.
Okay, because
Because
of
even before him, people were leveling up
no,
and making money.
sorry, I mean at this level,
At this level. It's not because of him.
I business community, the people that are backing him. So yes, so I get that. So what I personally believe is that without Tate, some people will level up, but not at that number, not at this number.
I don't
A
believe
lot of
so.
a lot of guys are sleeping.
I don't believe so. Yes, what I will tell you is this: even a broken clock can be correct twice in a day.
But this guy's clock is kind of correct a lot of the time.
Think of the shittiest person you can imagine that has ever
Shittiest.
the most useless person or nastiest human being you can think
I
of
have one in my head.
in this whole world. There are a couple of things you might agree with the person on.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that this person has
The
sense.
person in my head, we don't agree on anything.
I mean, no, if you have an extended conversation with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
person, there are probably a couple of things you agree with this person on.
But in context, I believe that a lot of guys, it's like, do you know DJ Exclusive?
Yeah, I know.
What do you think about him?
I know him at DJ Exclusive. I don't know anything about
Not
him.
DJ or JJ. I'm referring to DJ Exclusive, not DJ Exclusive.
DJ Exclusive.
JJ.
JJ.
Yeah, Joshua.
Oh, I've never heard of that person.
All right. So I just felt okay, no problem. So I believe that a couple of guys are taking up, are beginning to wake up because of tears, right? So what I personally think is that he's preying on their vanity. But
Mhm.
regardless, if he wasn't preying on their vanity, a lot of them would never wake up. That's my personal opinion. Regardless of the method he uses, so far it works, right? So far it works. So like before the camera turned on, we're speaking about bullying.
Yeah.
And it's what I think about bullying. I think we've had it. The world for the last decade or something has
Mhm.
been against bullying, against the bullies,
Yeah.
right? But now my story, I have been bullied, and yes, I have become a bully.
Mhm.
Putting it on the so that in case my junior one sees me and is calling me out, I've been a bully. But yeah, it's true now. But one thing I know for sure is that we are supposed to tell the bullied to stand up for themselves
Mhm.
more than we are telling the bullies to stop and to stand down. Because it's like people get strong only when they are tested.
Sure.
People only get strong when they see a need to get strong. When there is no threat, nobody levels up.
Yeah.
It's like what if you think about it, why should a boy who is living a life of comfort become strong?
Sure.
Like what is the incentive for a boy in high school to become strong? Right now, we're about to. I have this team I belong to for fighting. We're about to take mixed martial arts to high schools, because we've come to realize that men, boys in high school these days, right, without bullying, they're kind of very very fragile.
Yeah.
Forget the whole academics they have in their head, but when they leave that school, they live in a different reality. The culture shock
Yeah.
when they leave that high school environment and they get to university is completely different.
True.
Guys will test you.
Yeah.
People will test you, and the irony is
Life will test you.
all bullies start from a very small test.
Mhm.
Bullying happens at the office, bullying happens online, right? Bullying happens at different levels. So if you can stand up to a bully, I didn't say fight though. If you can stand up to a bully, right, who is at the high school level, what the fuck are you doing? So I cannot believe that the bullies should not be attacked, but the bullied should be able to make to stand up for themselves.
Okay. I believe that you shouldn't bully someone. That's one thing I believe.
Morality,
But
but
but the thing is, as a society, we've developed because when you're doing something wrong, somebody points out you're doing something wrong.
okay.
Sometimes don't point out in a good way. Sometimes they'll be like, they'll tell you something really nasty, like, guy, your mouth is smell like say person die inside your mouth. And if you feel bad about it and you cry, but you gotta brush your mouth. You
Yeah, okay.
understand? If somebody tells you why they smell, go and have a bath.
Yeah. I feel that.
You know, kind of thing. Yeah, so
So there's no
they'll call it bullying,
in a
right?
situation where
Now. But the thing is that some people take it to the extreme where they start beating people and inflicting physical harm on people
that's
and all
physical
that.
bullying, there's mental bullying, yeah,
So
emotional
that
bullying.
that is really wrong and should be frowned upon. But if somebody is not behaving the way they should behave within the context of a society, they should be called
It should
out
be called out.
and made to behave better.
So
And we
I
shouldn't,
agree
sorry,
with you. Yeah, go
and we
ahead.
shouldn't encourage people just because we don't want to hurt their feelings and be like, oh, I mean, everybody's mouth cannot smell the same. Why must he brush his mouth? Bro, come on. If everybody's mouth starts smelling like this person's mouth, nobody's going to be here.
It's like body positivity.
All this kind of stuff, yeah?
It's BS.
Yeah, so me tell people like, I mean, you're fat.
You're fat.
I mean, like in Nigeria, say, no be insult against her. Biggie!
No, so speaking of that, what I think is insecurities, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to insecurities, you either solve them or just play with them. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm fat and my nickname is Biggie. It's that simple.
Yeah.
That is
So,
how you overcome any insecurities. Like, it's either if you can work on it, work on it.
you
If
know,
you
you know,
can't,
you know, you know where this whole thing starts from. It starts from your family, your home.
all right.
So a lot of times when a kid has some shortcomings, maybe like doesn't look the same way the rest looks, like the family try to shield the kid too much and act as if that thing doesn't exist. I mean, if your kid stammers, point out that he stammers to him.
Yeah.
Even make a joke about it once in a while.
Yeah. Don't worry. As for me, my mom is laugh at my big stomach like mice.
You understand? So
Yeah.
laugh, make a joke about it. Like, so the person don't see it as it's so a big
Make
deal.
him believe that he can work on it if he wants to work.
Yes.
Wait, pause. Quick on for guys. For guys, one thing I say is that if you have an insecurity, you either fix that insecurity, right? If you know it's causing you problems, or if you can't fix it, what I personally think you should do is be at peace with it. You need to like tease yourself, right? If you know you can't fix it, like this guy without his leg now, right? Whenever somebody wants to like easy to insult him, like look at you, half leg. You only have 2 legs, half here, half here. The people have 3 legs.
I,
He has two.
you see, that's one of the biggest, what's it called? Is it character development that we had as kids? Okay, so growing up as kids, my siblings, and my cousins would just gather, basically started yabbing each other as sports. It was a game.
Yeah, who can drop the highest?
Yeah, it was just a bloody game, just a yab each other.
Yeah,
Just-
bombastic element.
bro. So by the time we go through all of that, which person want to tell you again for this life?
I say, so I think that boils down to people becoming anti-fragile.
Yeah,
Where it's like it's a way of like what insult do you want to tell me that
I'm not sure that kids these days do that.
they can't. That's the point. It's almost like they're being coddled. Like don't say that. It's very offensive. So I'm sorry. We are not raised. Our boys are being raised in a very feminine manner.
Yeah.
And like don't say that. It's very hurtful. And see, this boy is going to grow up to a more harsh reality.
Yeah, life is weird.
He's going to grow up. This is why I strongly believe that. I strongly believe that the earlier you introduce boys to reality, right, the better for them.
True.
And that's my issue with single moms raising boys. It's like I'm not saying that women have bad characters, single moms against boys. I'm like, you cannot show that boy the real reality of life.
True.
So when that boy grows up and he realizes that, oh shit, my mom was shielding me all along, and this is not reality. Do you mean it's a shock?
True.
It's a shock. That is why when he goes to meet women, he realizes that his mom raised him in a way that is unhealthy to other women, right? So he's like, I thought this is what my mom said about women, but no, what she told you may have been good intention, right?
Yeah.
But she's not in the head of a man. She cannot explain to you what masculinity is. She can never make you become tough. Only very few women have tried it, successful.
Yeah.
But majority can't.
It's very difficult for a lady to raise a guy on her own without an adult male presence for a lot of reasons. One, you're a lady, you're a woman, you can't think like a guy.
You can't.
You don't know how a guy is raising.
We live in two different realities.
Yes, two different realities. One. Then two, you as a lady, a lot of times you can't stand your ground when you're trying to discipline your children.
You can't.
But a guy can actually stand your ground. You see, you be in a situation where a child will fall to the ground or try and do something, and then the mom will try to help him. The dad will pull her back. I'm like, leave him. Let him figure it out himself. But the mom, she can't.
There's something
That's one. Then second, and the third one is by the time they get older, by the time they start getting to their teenage years, they become physically stronger than you. You can't even control this person physically.
Yeah.
So if this person now insists on doing something, what can you do? You want to fight him, he will beat you.
You can't.
A 15-year-old boy will beat
His mom.
older woman like saying that nothing.
But in a lot of those cases, those 15 years old boys these days are very weak. Physically.
That is what you think till it actually gets to a case of actual fight. You
Well,
realize that
if it's against their mom.
your bone density is a lot more than this other person's.
Yeah.
And then
So-
small punch that I give to this person will actually result to a bruise or
The
something.
crazy part is that one thing that keeps getting to my head, right? I'm sorry, is this idea that women have a chance against fighting men. It's like if you see a trained woman, she can beat some men. It's like fuck that Nollywood movie. A black belter, right, in a street combat will get taken out by an average tout. Even though she's a black belt, right? Except she has a very sweet move, can disable the guy.
Yeah.
But in most street fights, because one thing people don't realize is I've trained different martial arts. It is rule oriented, not street oriented.
Yes.
Rule oriented means like, there's a guy I saw in there's a guy who stood ahead in taekwondo
Yeah.
who got knocked out, right? Because taekwondo kicks They're very nice, but they've made it a sport. When you take the sport away, and if you make a martial art a sport, it becomes more entertainment. So
Yeah.
it's not about let me tap, let me tap,
Yeah,
let me tap
they'll count it as one
at one
point.
point. But in reality, your goal is to knock out that person.
Yeah.
Your goal is to clear that person. So in her mind, she's like, I've trained to fight. But the Agbero guy, he's thinking of, let me just swing my hand
One
in any
punch.
direction. If one connects, if one connects,
You're
that babe is
gone,
going
you're
down.
done.
The average man is going down. That babe is going. So, which will bring it down to how Nollywood is fucked up these days, right?
The thing is, a lot of times women don't even understand like how the country, like how vastly strong and physically men are compared to women. Like they think is like he's strong, but he's
I
just a
can
bit
match him.
stronger. Bro, they
I've
don't get it. Like, do you know how? Like, do you know when I realized this? I was way younger, and I fought my aunt. I was actually surprised. Like,
how
like,
old are you?
like I was still a teenager then. She was in her 20s at that point.
Obviously. The different it depends on
And
our side.
I was actually shocked by what I was able
Yeah.
to do at that point. And I'm like, this was one of the like biggest reality checks I had when it comes
Into like
to
physical,
those physical interaction with women. So a lot of time when women see men pulling back from fighting with them, they think it's because of weakness or something. Bro, like if this guy touches
that
you,
guy
you
will
are
clear you.
going.
He'll clear you so
You are
fast.
going. It's crazy. Like the disparity is so much. Another thing is that a lot of guys, for the most part, we probably might have been involved in fights growing up, so we are kind of used to fighting to a certain extent.
We are more exposed to
You're
fighting.
more exposed to fighting, and we've punched someone and we receive punches too, so we can withstand punches to some extent. Most of these people have never been hit in their life before, so the first time it happens,
They are shocked. It's like,
bro,
what? From where to where?
lights out,
Bro, so quick.
lights out. You understand? So and that's why
But I think when it comes to that, I think feminism has caused a very big misunderstanding,
yeah.
right? That you think men and women are equal.
So people, I don't know how do I put this. I think people are trying to put everything down to numbers.
Okay?
That's where people find there's a problem. They're trying to be like, oh man, a guy's 100, the lady's 100. What does he have? Or what can he do that she cannot do? What they should focus on more is like people with different strengths in different fields.
Are coming together.
Yeah. For instance, you could be in a class now. You could be the smartest person in your class in academics.
But physically weak.
But when it comes to sports, you're not even the top in anywhere.
We're supposed to live in a world where people are playing to their strengths,
Exactly.
not trying to compete on somebody else's game.
Exactly. So you as a lady, in a relationship with a man, your point is not to try to be an equal with him. The point is, look, okay, this is what he does really well. Let him do that thing really well. This is what you do really well. Let me do this thing and face it. And that's just what it is. It's called division of labor. Just do the ones you can do very well.
Everybody plays a part.
Everybody will play their own part. Sometimes you might not be in the best health, state of health to do your own part. This person can step in.
Yeah.
Or maybe something might happen. This person cannot do what he or she used to do. The other person steps in. But it doesn't mean that that's this person's responsibility for the whole most part. It's just he or she just stepping in because of others. You cannot do this. Maybe she's pregnant or he is not feeling fine or some like it just happens.
Speaking of that, speaking of feminism, do you think guys should provide 100%?
Like 100% of funds
Yeah. Finances. Do you think guys should provide 100% finances in your home?
in a home. So I grew up seeing such, right? In a home where the male figure took care of the finances for the most part. Yes, my mom would chip in here and there, but it's just because of she has it.
Same way my father bought butter and pepper on the road and
You
you're feeling
understand?
so...
It's because of she just has. I mean, she has her own business she can do, but it's not as if
He
anything happens to her
relies on
business,
it.
no. It's not as if my father was relying on her money.
So
You said that.
so you have the opinion that guys should provide, right? No, that guys should provide.
Mhm.
And it's not like the women are not supposed to, but
Yeah.
if they can, to be appreciated.
Yes. So my own is you as a guy, it's your responsibility to provide for the family.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where you can't, your
She
lady
can
should
support.
step in and
Stepping on
support.
support. Okay.
Stop support, right? So you're able
So
to do.
what do you think about this term of his money is our money, my money is my money?
I mean, it's not the same thing we are saying, but I don't like when people say it.
That way.
Yeah. But I don't like when you say your money is your money, right? It's all still our money.
Mm-hmm. But I don't need it.
I just don't need yours. Are you saying the day I need your, like, sometimes I need your money, you tell me it's my money? Are you stupid?
Whether I don't extreme.
Like, no, like,
I
it's
so
really crazy.
but I think guys need to understand
I
that.
don't like when they say it that way, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's still up to the guy to provide in the family. That's your main responsibility. Okay? But you as a lady, when this guy can't meet up with the whole thing,
Yeah.
you can
Try
augment
stepping.
and support.
Okay.
Okay? And also we're looking at a society where things are a lot more expensive now.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult to survive this economy and society just with your own,
Yeah,
funds.
I think this generation is never having the real conversations.
Yeah.
Like one, the average guy is not cannot stay home to buy
Bro,
in 40, 50 years.
you're talking about buying rent first now. Even to rent now, wahala.
Yeah, so I think we are being distracted with some very dumb conversations
Yeah,
like who we cook. I personally believe that question of who we cook. Guy, if you're a guy who wants your wife to cook for you, go for a woman who
exactly.
will cook for you.
Yeah.
That argument is very stupid. It's like me, I believe the wife is going to cook. If you can't cook, we won't even have that marriage conversation because of I will train. If they didn't give it to you, your parents give it to you, I'm not giving you that. If you can't cook and you don't want to cook, it means that we are not compatible.
Yeah.
Guy,
And the lady cooking, if it's really important to you, you know it can work.
it's that simple. I feel like a lot of guys complicate their lives.
That's the thing. Who just complicated life. You see someone that says, I cannot cook, I don't know how to cook, I don't want to cook, you go carry on. Like, why did they cook? Like, bro, she literally told you from the onset that she cannot cook, or she doesn't know how to cook, or she doesn't want to cook.
Just leave it there.
It's either you make your peace with that, or you go and look for someone that can cook.
I think another lesson when it comes to guys and relationship is so guys. So far, let's come up when it comes to relationship. We said one, attract women, right? And pick the ones that are already attracted to you. That's step one. What we're talking about now? The second thing now is look out for green flags, but be aware of your deal breakers.
Sure.
What I mean is, this is what I want in a partner, right? But this is a deal breaker. Because I was with a girl recently. My deal breaker is her respect. She believes in the idea of equal partnership. So she believes that she can call me all those playful names. And I don't buy that. So I didn't say it's wrong. That's how that's the choice to respect a partner. But I'm like, I didn't want to address it. I was like, you know what, let me just, I believe that she's kind of like matured for that. So just walk away from it and like just ghost. Or not, yeah, ghost. Like end it there. It's like, okay, I get that you believe we are partners now, but that's not that's not the way I operate. I believe there's a hierarchy. I don't believe in equality in marriage. I don't believe in partnership. I believe in I'm the head. When shit hits the fan, it's me that is my head that coming for first before your head. So I don't believe in equality. So I believe guys should go for green flags, but we are aware of deal breakers. So if your deal breakers come up, you're pretty sure that okay, fine, I vetted. Because when you look at green flags, it makes you know where to go for to look for a partner. So if you want, if you're looking for a wife material, you don't go chasing bodies.
Yeah.
I think those two advices are very strong for guys.
Yeah. I mean, if you body can still be a white material, but how I want to ignore? I want to
Well,
ignore.
I don't know. I won't just bet on it. I rather go and bet on a new horse that is still fresh. So a couple of lies I think I wrote down that I think Gen Z believe, right? So I'll just debunk the lies quick. Let's have the gender war lie.
Gender wars.
Gender war, yeah.
Okay.
I think guys think women are the enemies, and women think guys are the enemies.
No, the economy is the enemy. No, bro, it's the economy that's the enemy, bro.
Okay.
I mean, like, you see, if all man they chop well, nobody will really think about this because it's just poverty that are doing making up to talk about it, like poverty and lack of fun. Do you think that people that are actually like well loaded are thinking of doing gender wars?
Hmm. But a lot of rich people are in gender war thing though.
How?
I don't know. Probably the guys that have. Let me see. Those podcast mics are not cheap. Oh.
Those,
People that are setting up this podcast on gender war, they
yeah,
are not cheap.
no, those ones. No, I'm not talking about those ones. I'm talking about like actual relationship, like actual people, not
No,
people. Not,
the irony is, I think I've seen a lot of guys who are say are not really financially stable, but they still getting married, right? They're still getting married. But me, this gender war thing, before I think it was banned.
yeah,
Before I think it was banned, where you see some shows where women come to express their logic, and the female logic is very interesting to hear.
yeah.
It's like this is how you think, and this
Hmm.
is logical. But I feel like some men really mean the gender war. And I think women really mean it. When
Yeah.
women say all men should die, I'm like,
And then somebody will see someone saying such a thing and still want to go and marry such a person. And then when he dies tomorrow, I will be like, I should feel sad for this person.
so shout out to the guys who are getting married to feminists online, on X to be precise. I'm like, did you guys check the X account and look at her thought process? Because I'm like, some of these women not even delete those things they put online. It's still there, and I'm like, guy, I always tell guys that guys, if you leave women to talk, they'll always self snitch. Check her social media profile. What does she talk about?
You know the fun about this feminism thing, but
Mhm.
I don't actually have issue with feminism.
I don't have either.
You know what? One thing I've come to realize that every movement will always can be corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
Every single thing. Think of any
Every single
movement.
thing,
It can
everything.
be corrupted. And most times the people corrupting it are usually the loudest.
Yeah,
What is the core message of feminism? The core
equal.
message is basically, oh look, there are certain opportunities that are not being presented to women, but presented to men, and women should be afforded or accorded these same opportunities.
Which is a very good thing.
It's not bad, it's good.
It's good.
But now people have
Hijacked. They've
hijacked it, over
hijacked
extended
the.
the meaning, and is now
They want to
turned to
enforce.
men hating.
I think they want to force it. This is what I think, right? That was what it started with. Right? Let's have equal opportunities.
Yeah.
Next, it flipped into let's have equal outcomes. What that means is that if it's the military,
Yeah.
want to make sure that the people who join the military are of 100 people are 50 men, 50 women.
That's one stretch in the far.
So
Let's look at football.
equal pay.
Exactly.
So it's like
Why are you expecting equal pay for women's football compared to men's football?
when you don't generate half
You
the
don't
shit.
earn this, you don't generate the same, like not even close.
And they don't care about things
In
like
fact,
this.
even the ones you're actually generating is still from men.
Yeah,
Like I got to understand that the WNBA,
yeah. The
the
women's
WNBA
basketball
is being subsidized by the
by the
men's
male. Yeah,
sports, the NBA, and they are still running at a loss,
yeah,
but they're seeking for more pay.
yeah. Equal pay. So it's like again they want to force outcome. I feel like that's where the process has been hijacked. So I have to ask the question, right? If men knew where feminism was going to, do you think that they would have allowed it?
Nobody ever knows where anything will end up at.
But they knew where it was going to end up.
I mean, if you know like something's going to end up in a certain way, you definitely have to do something
But
to be proactive.
but regardless, I think as guys, I have this mentality of you can profit from anything as a guy. If you ever thinking of it, so my point is don't force things. There's a way as a guy, feminism can work to your advantage.
Sure.
I
That's
feel like
interesting.
as a guy, right, look for how because for me it comes from a martial arts perspective of when it comes to fighting. There's the point to fighting where people begin to push each other,
Yeah.
try to see who is stronger. Use that strength to your advantage,
Yeah.
right? Use their own strength to your own advantage. So something if you're a sharp guy, right, you can use women to your advantage.
Most definitely. So, and a lot of people do this, which is why you see this whole transgender movement happening. Yes, it's basically guys who couldn't compete with other guys Now going to compete with women. They're using the whole family, the whole equality and everything to their own advantage. That is what
I
it
said
is.
because they spin
You'll be
narrative.
like, oh, you want everyone all of you? Oh, no problem. Show makeup,
And
wear wig,
some guys went.
beat you in all your sports.
Look at the Olympics, the boxing Olympics. I'm like, you do realize that, bro? Women, you guys brought it upon yourself, right? You wanted to be equal. Now the men have said, you know what? Let's not be equal.
Like whenever I hear the whole thing, and you know the funny thing, the biggest supporter of transgenderism is usually women. I'm like, are you all okay? I feel actually okay. Like let me just walk you through your logic.
The
You're a
female
lady,
logic. Okay.
you want to have your thing, you want men to have their thing, but you want to be part of this thing that men have through equality. Now you've established equality. Now some men look at, oh, you want equality. Me too. I can also have this thing you have. And as the Lord would have it, I can beat you at this thing you have.
Yeah.
So why are you not complaining? Why are you complaining? This guy, he was ranked without less than 400 or something, like 1,000 something,
I
like
think swimmer.
very low. He's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
swimming
yeah,
guy.
swimming.
And then he went to the men's, women's, this and they just
Just number one.
tossing everybody. And
So
then
I
they want to
think
cry.
it
I
comes.
think that South Park episode.
I
In
don't
South Park
think
episode, like one guy, he was basically so the name of the guy is Heather Swanson.
so. Okay.
Really funny, it's hilarious, bro. It was really funny. So basically he was like he transitioned into a lady,
Okay.
but he didn't change anything about himself.
He
So he still had his
identified. No,
beard.
he
Yeah,
identified.
that is beard and his hat, just as a man like this. And then he was like, when they were telling me, what do you mean you're calling me man? Are you assuming my then they will not show the actual fight. Then after the fight, they show them beat on the woman.
He
And they show you, like Heather Swanson, that. But even they don't know how to they support her again.
Look at boxing. Olympics boxing. Look at the
then,
gold
then
medalist.
there's this guy. I think he's a British artist.
Zubi.
Zubi, yeah. I
Zubi,
think
the weightlifting.
he identified as a lady.
With
went
his
out,
chest,
broke
with his beard.
women was it deadlift or
Deadlift,
record? He
deadlift.
broke the female deadlift record.
World,
And
global
then went back
record.
to being a man. He not anything about himself, just simply identify as a woman now.
So
then broke it.
This
Then-
this
that
is
was
why I
it.
say their female logic is always depressing.
Like, bro, like this is your space. You've fought so hard to get over centuries, decades, and then you're giving it up so easily.
Yeah, all in the name of equality.
Bro, like, yes, if you say that women are not being given the opportunity and there's given more opportunity, fine and good, you should be accorded the opportunity. Okay.
But you cannot force the
Now,
outcome.
also at the same time, I can understand that there's some cases where the bar can be lower for women,
Okay.
right? The bar should be lower for
In some
women
context.
in some context because of one, because of over the years they're not being represented properly, or they're not being given the
No,
opportunity over the years.
I don't think it should be that should be a reason. I believe it should be a reason if it should be valid if their nature requires that it should be lowered.
That's is still what I'm
No,
trying to say.
in a context like education, I don't think it should be lowered
In
because
education, like I think you get more female teachers than
Sorry?
male. You actually get more female teachers than male teachers.
no, not teaching, not the education aspect. I mean, in like the okay, not in that aspect. In the what do you call it? For example, is for example now is maybe jam score.
Okay.
Jam score. I believe jam score. I mean, university scores, SAT, SAT, and UCSE should be the same thing for both genders.
Okay.
It should not be lowered
Yeah.
for women. You can say we can lower things for women for things like that have physical constraints.
Yeah.
That have maybe regional constraints, as well as rewarding them.
Yeah.
To maybe for example maybe tech jobs now. You want to get women into tech jobs, right? Why don't you? What's that word? Maybe you can subsidize programs.
I mean, they do it already for women. Like all those
So
women
that's
in
the
tech
point.
stuff. No, the one I would say is things like agencies that are male dominated, but women can still do. That might require some form of physical exercises.
That's why I
to
said
get
that that's
into.
the only one that
something like
requires a lower bar.
immigration now.
That's why I said those are the only ones that require
Yes.
a lowered bar that would involve physical
Yeah.
activities. Okay, so I strongly believe that feminism has lost. Also has lost. The process has been hijacked.
They're derailed. They've derailed
They've
like the
derailed
really loud ones.
completely.
Then gone from being calling themselves feminists to calling themselves witches.
Yeah, so it's almost like so a lot of people who join feminism, a lot of them they come from a space of hatred,
Hurt.
hurt
Yeah.
for men. Because I literally that is why if you look at for guys, look at the way women think. It's like
Mm-hmm.
who hurt you? Because they know deep down that whenever they are beaten by a cause, they speak from a place of hatred. That's why they're more about who hurt you? Who hurt you? So
I've had a conversation with one of those ladies from Twitter, X, that's what I call it. Oh, some years ago, I had a conversation with one of them. Like this was offline. Okay, we met with because that's one thing I do. Like I do try to meet people that I might have diverse opinion with.
yeah,
Then we'll sit down,
get their
discuss,
perspective.
and understand. We met, and I sat down and discussed this person, and then I got to understand like most of what these people would say, at least from my own, according to this person, are people that have experienced some kind of trauma
And they did not hear from it.
and they've not healed from it. And those trauma are usually inflicted by the male part of their family sometimes, or like close male relatives or friends or something like that,
Just
associates.
there's the thought process that I always say in my head. Sorry, I don't need to live. And I have this thought that show me a feminist who has a masculine father and a feminine mother, and there's a proper love between there's a proper triangular love
Yeah.
that is between father, mother, and the child. Do you think it exists?
I feel like a lot of them come from abusive homes.
From where?
Abusive homes.
A lot of
Or they,
feminists,
yeah,
a lot of feminists
yes.
come from abusive homes.
Or their experience was kind of trauma growing up or in their formative
So their
years.
movements are more of a
So
caused by trauma than growth.
yes, caused by trauma than actual need for
The movement.
the movement.
Okay.
So now they see feminism as a vehicle to hate on men. And when they look at men, what they don't see you as a guy, they see you
As the devil,
as
the devil's advocate.
you belong to the same group as the person that hurt her at some point.
Yeah, you have to say identity as the person who hurt her.
Yeah, so that is just the problem.
So they never heal from that trauma.
So they don't heal from that. So they basically, put everybody in the same bracket. Every guy in the same
So
bracket.
I think no guy should ever go for a woman who is traumatized. She has not healed.
Yeah, if you're not healed, I mean, yeah.
I remember speaking to a girl and she said, "Am I saying that every girl that has not healed does not deserve love?" And my response was, "Does a criminal do you want to get because of someone is a non-criminal? Don't you think he deserves love too?"
No, in my realize, you deserve love, but not from me. When did I know?
Hey, not from me. So another lie I think let's shit, this is a bastard. Another lie is going to college kind of equal to success. What do you think about that lie?
Like going to university.
Yeah.
There is never any guarantee to success. The only guarantee to success is if they carry you, put you in front of success, just put up for your mouth, they load you in success. That's the only guarantee. Outside of that, there's no guarantee for success.
So they have to carry you and put you in
Like
success.
basically, they carry you like this,
So like
put you inside the success, they force them on
all
you.
these politicians who are taking their sons to be
Exactly.
president.
You don't have any choice but to be successful.
I
Like
swear.
they just be pushing it. They're not carrying the success you to success, they're carrying success to you. So you don't have any choice. So that's the only time you can guarantee success for somebody. But saying it because of whether you went to school or you didn't go to school, nah, it's never like a guarantee. There's never been. Okay, maybe there was a
I think
time.
at some point
No, there was
it
a time. Yeah, there was a time. It was a
In our
very
father
good.
generation, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Doctor,
good, very good.
lawyer, engineer.
Barometer to measure who will be
Success.
successful and or
Yeah.
not. But over time, things have changed. These days, people get the jobs with just a certificate from maybe an online program
And
or
a particular
something.
knowledge.
Yeah,
and
so you
skill.
have this skill and you're good at it. Nobody cares if you went to university or not.
Another thing, do you think this statement, do you think your 20s are for fun? Having fun, like enjoy your 20s. You only live
No,
once.
no, my brother in Christ. So there's nothing like 20s, especially in Nigeria. The other lie they lie to people. Okay, let me finish with this one. Okay, your 20s are for learning.
Learning, alright.
You learn. You try to perfect what you're learning.
Alright.
Your 30s is you might start earning a bit when you're 20, but your 30s are when you actually earn
Alright.
and build.
Alright, you're building your foundation at least.
Yes. You're just building everything, family, your
Character.
business, everything. That's your 30s, but late 30s to early 40s is when try. You're still doing the same thing at the 30s, early
Yeah,
30s.
but not
But when you
not so
try,
much. Yeah,
when you're a bit like
comfortable with it
comfortable,
to a
then you
level.
start giving back
Okay,
in some regard.
yeah, investing.
You start giving back in some regard. You now have like industry knowledge. You have a lot more
So
expertise.
speaking of that, do you think guys should get into relationships in their 20s, like serious relationships?
You can get a relation at any point. It's part of building character and understanding who kind of person you are, understanding what other person is. My first relationship, sometimes I look back at kind of things I did. I'm like, bro, let me do this thing. Like really stupid things I did. Like
Uh, but
it's
me,
not like simping per se, more like how I
I
treated
think
how I
almost
treated the
every guy
person.
sinned at some point.
It's not simping. It was
No,
about
almost like almost every guy sinned at
yeah,
some
it was
point.
about how I was treating this person. It wasn't like I was a bad person per se, but like I'm this kind of person where because of for the most part I try to do things on my own
Mm-hmm. On your
and
own
I'll be like
accord.
okay everybody can do some stuff on their own and I don't really bother.
Okay.
So I was expecting something of the person I was dating like oh just go and do this on your own.
Yeah, like it's common sense.
Yeah, I mean just go do it. Like so I wouldn't try to offer
Help.
help about on some things even if it's something both
So
of us
you think getting
experiencing.
into a relationship while you're younger kind of like gave
So
you
you get to learn about yourself, about the opposite gender, how women think and all that, for good or for bad. You get to learn.
okay.
Even if you don't, stick it out with this person, you just get to learn.
Okay.
But yeah, I learned how to treat people better.
Now do you think women should date at teenage age? If females should
Teenage.
date at teenage age?
I think you should date at legal age, right? At a legal age, you can start dating.
That reminds me, speaking of age and dating, right? I believe that for a guy, if you want to know what your age limit is in the relationship market is, divide your age by 2 at 5. So I personally believe, right, before you're 26, you should be aggressively building yourself before
Okay.
26. But 26, you can begin to now date actively. I mean, by then, you're still talking to girls, you're not like completely away from them, but your time with them is not a major thing. Now at 26, divided by 2 is 13, plus 5 is 18.
Huh.
So that's how you begin to groom the woman you're with.
Nah, I don't. I mean, that's your own math. I don't know how that works. What do they? Also, well, the guy is like, what's it called? So someone that is 20 shouldn't date.
Sorry?
Someone that is 20 shouldn't date.
In my opinion, you have to be building yourself. In my
Yeah, of
opinion.
course, you can be beating yourself, but part of beating yourself is also your relationship with people.
Yeah, because I believe, well, 20,
Listen, if
okay.
you don't date someone like you're 20 or you're not actively trying to date, one, you're trying to how do I put this? You're trying to postpone a learning curve that you still meet in front. You still meet at a later date. The mistakes you made in your earlier dating stages, if you don't make those mistakes, you either make those mistakes like at much older age,
So
and you look
I think
stupid.
so.
Imagine being in your 30s,
Mhm.
making the same mistake as somebody in his early 20s.
So to that, one of the best advice I give guys any day, anytime is have men who are older than you 5 to 10 years that are living the life you want. Right. It's a form of mentorship, right?
Yeah,
That no matter what, they will give you orientation
yeah,
that will be very practical in your relationships.
okay,
So I don't believe that is every experience. I can't believe that you learn from people's experience, right? So same thing with dating too.
yeah,
To an extent, you can learn some things from people's experiences. To an extent, you can
sure,
learn from their experiences. So I personally believe that you should learn from their experiences. Yes, you're talking to women, you understand how they think. But before you're 26, you getting into a relationship with them because it costs you money to get into a relationship with them. It costs you a great amount of time, right? Because you are supposed to be aggressively building, in my
yeah,
opinion, aggressively. What that means is that working as hard as you can,
yeah,
right? So that's my opinion, right? Um, then when you get to like 25, 26, you can begin to say, you know what, let me now see the dating scene, right? See what women actively are like in the dating scene, right? Because what I personally believe is before you get to that 26, again, like I said, you're not completely ostracized. At the same time, you're not spending 4 hours a day, 2 hours a day or your distractions are not really pulled aside,
Yeah.
right? Trying to figure out if I don't text this babe from this time to this time, you begin to overthink too much, which you begin to say, oh, you know what, is he cheating on me? Is that guy? Focus on yourself, right? When you get to a particular degree, start actively dating them, figuring out, okay, what do I really want in a partner? Okay, I think I want this. Let me go for her. I kind of realized this character, because some guys don't really know what they want.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you know what, this character, I thought I liked it. That's why some guys, they really want to get married to baddies. And I respect them for that.
Yeah.
Like, they know that this is a baddie, and she's probably a hoe, and I want to get married to her. I respect if they are, this is, as a
If that's
man,
a choice.
yes, as a man, you should accept the consequences before you take the action. Same thing is, I strongly believe that as a guy, pre 26, so back to so when 26, divide the age by 2 and add 5, it'd be good.
Oh, that's your math. I don't know how it works out in the real world, yeah, but congrats to you and whoever
I mean,
it works out for.
yeah, if it works out for anybody, right? Well, I
Yeah.
mean, we have guys. The reality is, if you're 26 and you have money, don't worry, you can bend the rules.
Yeah.
So, another lie is okay. You're about to expose another lie about this. When I said 20s are for fun.
Oh yeah. So the thing about your twins is like when you learn and improve on the skill you're learning.
Yeah, you
That's
get
why,
feedback, you improve.
yeah, that's why most times when you see somebody in their twenties, they're usually in school
Mm-hmm.
because it's a period for learning.
Mm-hmm.
You learn, you keep improving on your skill,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that you start earning.
Okay, 100%. So, so speaking of that, right? One thing I used to commend the Igbos for, which I think a lot of people don't understand, is mentorship or apprenticeship.
Yeah.
I feel like people just assume that it's just the money aspect that was
No,
involved
it's not just that.
in the Igbo apprenticeship system.
No.
I tell people that if the Nwa boy, right, had a master who was a proper character with his family, with his kids,
Yeah.
he will learn a lot from that man
Mm-hmm.
that he can take into practice in his family building, in his character building.
Most
So I feel
definitely.
like one thing that this generation should bring back is it may not be like business apprenticeship, but we should value mentorship, value apprenticeship.
Like
Even with this guy, this billionaire,
for shares.
Warren Buffett,
Okay.
was an apprentice to the intelligent investor, but is it Benjamin Graham? Yeah, but the point is he too appreciates apprenticeship. Even some universities, which is what most of these Harvard business schools, they try to bring in real business people to come and talk to them because that's a form of apprenticeship. Talk to people who are in the actual business
Yeah.
because in reality, nobody can teach you business.
Yeah.
All right.
So I think a study was done on the Igbo apprenticeship system, and it got to realize that it is probably the biggest incubator in the world,
Mm-hmm. I
where
believe that.
someone will work for in
A
master
period, yeah.
for a period of time. So you're not just working per se; you're understanding this person,
Mm-hmm. Everything.
everything about this person. You're
Yeah.
shadowing this person, every single aspect of this person's life, because you're literally living in the person's house.
Mm-hmm.
So you see this person's mannerism, how the person takes care of his health, how he
Mm-hmm.
raises a family, how he does everything. You're
Everything.
there. So outside of the business,
Yeah.
you are basically learning how to
Mm-hmm.
be a rich, like when you get wealthy, how to even,
How to treat your family.
yeah, how to treat your wealth, how even to even keep that wealth.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not about, okay, 6 months training, come do this thing, take
Yeah,
money.
yeah. I
No,
think when you go and start the business,
no,
it's
and
everything.
then you now, another thing people overlook is you are now also included in his network.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times when people get settled, they go
They
and get
give you
their shop.
connections.
Some of the people that are buying from your Oga, your master, they will leave him and start buying
Buy from
directly from
you.
you
Yeah.
because of maybe they have better rapport with you.
Yeah. Exactly.
They come and start.
And the master understands this.
He understands
Because
that.
at some point, he's probably at a level that he's not bothered about those who
Yeah, it
left.
doesn't bother him because I mean, regardless, if they buy from me, they buy from me. Everybody here
Still good.
is buying my
So I
products.
cannot believe that the Igbos,
Yeah.
I'll give them a good one for it. I believe every tradition, even though it's not business, it should have a form of mentorship.
Yeah. And it's
It helps with
it's
character.
actually one thing I'm trying to do.
Mentorship.
Yes. Not like I don't have the actual time per se to do it,
No,
like
I get that. There are people
but
who
it's more
actively pay
like
for
yeah, it's
mentorship.
more like okay, just talk to the younger ones about what they should do and not do and pitfalls to avoid, those kind of stuff. But over time, hopefully it will expand into something a lot bigger
Yeah.
and getting more people and be able to give them something similar to the whole Igbo system of apprenticeship where you come, you learn, you work, you learn,
The work you learn.
and then when it's time, we settle you and then
Yeah.
you do your thing.
Yeah. I think yeah. I think that system is very much needed.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's similar to what Andela did.
I was mentioned that, but I didn't want to bring it to like a company
Yeah,
level,
it's
corporate
similar.
level.
It's
Yeah.
similar to what
I
they
get.
did. They focused on one industry to do that, and it actually worked out for them because
Yeah.
they brought in people. I think it was paid internship for some of them. You
Yeah.
come, you work
To be very
there.
frank, people heavily underestimate the amount of the job that Andela did in Nigeria.
They did like massive job.
People don't realize that Andela opened the world to Nigeria
Yeah,
because that single act alone, people don't realize that when some people left Andela, they took away some clients that Andela had. Because
yeah.
regardless, I'm having a meeting with Ade who works in Andela. All of a sudden, Ade has left Andela. And Ade, you were very good though. Would you mind if we work with you directly?
Yeah.
And people don't realize that. And before you know it, Ade mentors somebody else, right? Who now needs a remote job. And before you know it, this guy, Ade is linking him up to his boss. He's like, oh, by the way, I may have to work somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
I got a better offer somewhere else. Would you mind? I have somebody who is very good.
Yeah.
Would you mind if it's a junior intern? Oh, you know what? Okay, you know what? Or Ade even brings him on before he leaves. And before you know it, Andela just did a very good job for Nigeria that we need to
The
commend
tech
them for.
explosion that we're witnessing in Nigeria currently, you can trace a huge part of it to Andela.
Andela Sissy Hub. Two of
Yes.
them, I give it to
I
them.
was thinking of the other one, but I know Andela was the main one. I know Andela, CCL, and some other one or two other ones
Yeah,
are
yeah,
there,
a few of
but
them, a few of them.
it could be traced to them.
Speaking
That's
of,
why a lot of all those things kind of station around Yaba.
yeah,
Because
Unilag.
Unilag Yaba axis.
Unilag,
Because
a
that's
very
where they
good
were based.
environment. Yeah, that was supposed to be Silicon Valley of this thing, but
Yeah.
I think we had some issues there. So speaking of I think this generation has this problem of aesthetics over worth. What that means is like the people would rather look the part than be the part.
Yeah.
People want to aim to be confident, not competent.
Yeah.
So it's like look like you can do it more than actually getting to do it. So it's like it's like that's how guys will say, bro, just have money. When you have money, babes will come. Simply because see that guy has money now, he has babes. No, that guy too has character. That guy too has charisma, but
Yeah.
you don't see it
You don't
because
see, yeah.
you are looking at it from the outside. That guy too, he has good game. He's confident. So
Exactly.
what do you think about this generation focusing too much on shallow things?
I mean, you're still blaming social media for all of this. And people, like you mentioned, people are so fixated on looking the part. The
Um,
part are supposed to
being
be
the part.
it. Okay? People are so fixated on that. And as much as I say it's not the right thing to do, you can't blame them because that's what society encourages.
They work and we do.
We have people who say fake it till you make it.
Yeah,
You understand?
and their mind they have results.
And that case in point was this. So Femi Otedola, he released his book. I don't think he's done the launching yet. He released the book. And he basically said something. I saw one part of the book that was trending online. So it was more like somebody came to do some stuff for him, right? And then he was supposed to pay the person a certain amount. But the person came, the person drove a kind of car that he felt was kind of low quality car.
Yeah,
And then because of that, he paid the person a certain amount. Then he told the person, you say you don't drive the car, but to see how much you have to pay.
yeah.
So at the end of the day, packaging really
So
helps.
package. So what I mean is
But
that
chill, I'm going somewhere. But now, the packaging has to go with the competence,
yeah,
the value you're delivering. You
100%.
understand? If you're really good at what you're doing, don't just feel, oh, I'm good. People will pay
I'm
me
good.
for
Yeah,
just
people pay me
that.
my worth.
No, they'll pay you for your worth and the perception that you
Yeah.
bring.
Let me digress a little bit, right? People realize that no matter how big the BBL is, when it comes down to the real deal, That video doesn't count again.
Bro.
Okay, so you said it appears to look big, but when it comes to the real deal, it's like okay, it's the same hole, right?
Well, I mean, it's all about perception at the end of the day.
Perception, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
people focus more on the perception, not the reality.
Yeah. So, and sometimes the perception can get you there, but the competence is what will keep you there.
What keeps you there? So message for guys is that's why there's a quote that sticks in my head. I tell guys, try to be that guy you pretend to be when you want to have sex.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We try to be the guy that you pretend to be when you want to have
Yes.
sex.
So instead of playing games with a woman, why don't you be that guy? No, it's a typical example now is if you look at these dating gurus will tell you when a girl texts you, wait for 2 hours before you respond. Because that is how high value men do. Why don't you become the high value man? So when a babe texts you and you are busy, you simply reply to her when you are actually free. But I guess we don't live in a world where social media has preached about the shallow things,
Yeah.
right? So you see all these female influencers are talking more about how to get a man. They're giving their girls shallow tactics versus how to have a character as a woman
Yeah.
that will make a man stay in your life. At the same time, you see how to look good. You see how to present yourself.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
But your content should match the packaging. Perfect.
True.
So again, there are people who say, because I have guys who their cars and where they live don't match up. Like,
Yeah.
they drive flashy cars. Where they live is like, huh?
Bro.
But now I understand
you know,
that.
you just like first park one kind of motor car, be like, "Mo, this cannot to me for this your house.
you make them rob you. But it's like,
This cannot to me for this
but
house.
what he said is his customers don't see his car. Right. And
Don't see his house.
Don't see his house.
Yeah.
But they see his car and they judge him based on his car.
Yeah.
Yes, your car presents an image 100%.
Sure.
But as a nigga man, you see how to like live up, have substance. But substance is what makes them what gets you invited, right?
Yeah. So for that kind of person, I think he understands what it is.
Yeah.
Because even there have been times where I needed to close some deals and I had to go and get like much better cars.
Or you go borrow. You go borrow your guys car like mad.
I have to go and get like
So far
something.
so far you know that you can play the part. You
Yeah.
can deliver. I believe that's where fake it comes
Exactly.
in.
Exactly.
That's where fake it comes in, where you know that you can live up to the expectation. So what do you think about this idea that like friends where Gen Z thinks mental illness is now an identity? Oh, I'm depressed.
I keep telling you, one person, everybody is depressed. Like you're not special. Everybody is depressed.
Everyone has a
Like as well, you live in Nigeria, you're depressed, like mad. So you're not that special. Everybody's going through one thing or the other. Nobody's life is perfect,
Yeah.
right?
But people try to make it the excuse of okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
why
people
I'm
try to
depressed.
make it their personality, but nobody's life is perfect. Sorry, you might think, okay, your problem might just be like you need funds. If you get that funds, you might be happier.
Yeah.
But there's someone that has that the money you're looking for much more, but your person is not even happy or you're depressed because of something else.
Okay.
And from my observation, most times, depression comes from lack of something.
Lack of
There's
something.
There's something missing.
Something missing. All right. Do you mean internally or you mean like externally?
It doesn't matter from where.
Something is just
is
missing. Something is not just right.
So when you have somebody is depressed, okay, well, there's something I learned from a pastor. He said, when a guy tells you he's depressed,
I
ask
can't
him about
balance.
his finances.
Finances. Okay.
But when a lady tells you she's depressed, ask her about her relationship.
So let me just give another hook for that. There's a saying that men are seen as success objects,
Okay.
and women are seen as sexual objects. In this context, relationship.
Okay.
So I get a perspective that
Yeah.
that men feel inadequate when the finances are not there,
Exactly.
and women feel inadequate when they don't have a partner.
Yes.
So that's the direction I was coming from. So I was like,
They
okay.
don't feel fulfilled when they don't have a partner. Men don't feel fulfilled when they don't have their finances in check, which is why you see a lot of times a lot of guys are not married, not because of they don't
But
feel a good
but it's
relationship,
still
but
valid,
because
yeah.
yeah, it's valid. I'm not saying it's valid for the guy, and that is why when they do all those events like Shiloh or any event that has to do with like come and pray for your marriage, now women they food it.
I'm mad.
Now women. Wouldn't concern man and see all those dress like your miracle or like your testimony. You don't say nigga they not suits, they go there, the suits of the babe, they wear wedding
Wait,
gown.
for real.
It happens,
Shoot.
bro. It happens. Like all those stuff they do, both the online one and the one they do offline. It's just like your testimony, your miracle, whatever it is. They dress, they
Shoot.
wear wedding gown.
I've never seen a picture of that.
It happens.
Watch him.
So for the women, getting into a relationship and then getting married is a very big deal for them.
Then
Which is why they're the one that usually pushes, the conversation about
so
marriage.
you know,
Men-
but I have these feminists who say things like, because I speak to a lot of feminists, and I wish I could get that perspective. And the feminists say things like, "Oh, it's men that need marriage more than women." Right. So what would you say in that context?
what
Because
is
I think I should bring it up on an episode where the feminists
what is the
feminist
guy
are-
going to get from the marriage that he cannot get without the marriage?
they claim it's companionship. Without companionship, men will just be alone and they will die alone.
Like, I mean, like, the guys literally pay for companionship. Like, they literally pay for that. So, I know it's that. Like, it's for the lady because women, it's not as if they can't pay. Women find it very hard to give man money. Like, it's so difficult for a lady to part with her money to give to a guy.
I said the guy like is very good in race, right?
Yeah, no, except it get the only time when they give man money now when the man they scam them.
Love bombing. You know
The
bomb
only time when the
shit.
guy they scam them, and most of the time the scam comes as a form of all this pyramid scam or love scam.
Love
Sometimes I even pastor they scam them.
Oh shit.
When I scam, the only way if you collect
Yeah,
money
the point
from
is
woman-
the point is you must have gotten them to that emotional state.
yes. So, but for woman to bring her money to say I make I give guy, they have
I think
mad.
almost a lot of guys won't feel discouraged when they hear a woman is bringing that money to run things for them. It feels very, very insulting.
So that's the thing, right? You don't have to like press the guy the funds because a lot of guys like the ego prime and all stuff. But you look at okay, this guy he maybe needs such and such. Buy him, give him. So that even if you want to run stuff, send it to your account. He's not going to send the money back to you. I mean, at that, you go just click up my man. This bitch send me this thing. So at some later date, I go see help and run something. Like it sticks in his head.
Yeah. I think they don't realize that men recognize such little gestures.
They don't know, like, bro, like women don't know how much men are starved of respect and acknowledgement of their actions, of the things, of the effort they put in.
So
That's-
okay.
Bro, think of the last time a random girl complimented you. You can still recall it.
Why not? Sure.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
Like a random girl, like
Random.
maybe like random, not like somebody.
What I
knows.
know.
Like maybe you just walk in.
Yeah,
it's,
okay, I
it's
feel-
rare. It's rare.
yeah, it's
one,
rare.
one is rare. Two, you actually the impact was so much like leaves so much in your head.
Like,
For me,
oh.
like mom was like a lady complete my shirt. It wasn't my perfume. Or one
Wow,
time.
well, okay.
Like wow, that was really cool. I mean,
On the other hand, do you know how when a guy is like telling a girl, "You're so beautiful, you're so amazing." Do you know how many guys are telling her that?
but the funny thing is, it still work. The funny thing is that it still works. Like no matter how much you tell the babe, they go see you like here I'm again.
I said to God,
You not told me I'm beautiful today, so the one I tell you 2 days ago, see they don't expire.
do you think guys should be emotional?
She emotional. Like in what sense?
I mean, things like you think guys should cry, yada yada yada.
Okay, now this is something I've seen. A woman will only allow you a limited amount of times to be vulnerable.
You have a
Around
quota to be vulnerable.
You have your quota. Once they exceed your quota,
It turns to a disaster.
it will serve you quick notice. Like they don't give directive, but
So
most people also observing it.
so basically, it's like one guy said, it's like a woman watching a man cry is like porn to them. It's like when they like the idea, but
Yeah.
when they see you cry, it's like
You.
ew. Again, these ideas of when women are supporting things like transgender and shit, right? They like those ideas on guys, but not guys close to them.
Yeah. They don't like it like when is their brother or something.
They don't. It's like the same way guys like the whole hookup culture, but when they hear their sisters in the hookup culture, they like
Nobody likes bringing it up because everybody knows that deep down those things don't make sense.
they don't. They
They don't make sense. No matter how much you try to
Yeah.
defend it, you know deep down inside you.
Deep down,
Those things are not
it's not,
something.
it's not the
They're
right
not,
thing.
they're not something you should actually encourage.
Like exactly. So guys support the whole culture, but they don't want their sister to be
Yeah.
part of the whole economy.
It's something
But you
like
see-
I keep saying a lot of all those ladies that keep encouraging effeminate guys and be like,
Soft
he
guys,
painted his
feminine
nail, what
guys,
is
he's
there? Da, da, da,
crying,
da.
or
They will never date that guy.
you know,
They will never date such a person.
I say. And the
Yeah.
irony is, these guys have girls lingering around them. Oh.
Yes.
They have girls, but these girls don't date them.
Yeah.
They don't have sex with them. They see them as he's a safe male object.
They're like, this guy, that Enoch in Game of Thrones.
No, really.
That's how they see them.
Harmless.
He's just
He's just there.
less fun. He's just there
Harmless.
for the aesthetics.
I say for the promising aesthetics.
Yes.
Don't see. I think it's a very nice one. There are a lot of topics that we didn't touch on because
Yeah.
we kept on like going to different points
Yeah.
and
No,
everything.
I get that.
But I think, regardless, we passed some decent message
Well,
for
actually, really
anybody who really wants to hear. And it's not a part of, oh, let's just rage bait. No, it's like you can take something and say, okay, no, this is how guys think. Oh, this is how girls think. Okay, oh, this is how I can orientate myself, which is what I think is missing. Like that whole idea of mentorship.
Yeah.
Guys need proper mentorship. I feel that's something I think the church could have done. But the issue now is that some things the church is afraid to speak on. A typical example is women have said sex is very important, right? But now the church will most likely not touch that angle.
So women or is it men?
Women
Okay.
have said that most women they are not satisfied in the sexual
Okay.
in the sexual context of things. But now the church will rather just suppress than bring to us. Okay, guys, how can we handle?
Yes.
Should we have like private classes for guys to learn about
Yeah.
sex and all of that? So I just feel like mentorship is missing. Mentorship for guys who have esteem is missing. The wrong messages are being passed across. I feel like so we'll obviously do this some more episodes to come. I think someday when I have like everything set up, we'll have like a table, more people, feminists. Let's come and have like a proper view of where we have girls expressing what they think in their head when they make such statements and all of that. So guys, thank you very much. If you stayed this far, it's obvious that you take yourself very, very serious and you really, really want to learn. So we'll have Dante on another episode, hopefully, if it's available. So what do you think so far about the conversation?
It was really cool. I actually really enjoyed this, and I think a lot of people will get to, get some things out of this that can actually impact their lives positively.
Positively.
At
Very
least
important.
it will stir certain conversations out that we as society we need to have when it comes to certain topics.
Yeah.
That's one thing I believe it will do.
Yeah. Because I feel like the online space, we're having the wrong conversations. Right.
Yeah, I mean,
the wrongest debates. So all right, brothers, thank you very much, Dante.
All right, nice.
Yeah,
Nice
see you in
being
the
here,
episode.
Livingston.
Yeah.